You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN+. Deep in the heart of West Texas is where we find this matchup, where the University of Pennsylvania Quakers have traveled over 1,600 miles to face the ACU Wildcats. Coy Ostlin, Jaden West, we're going to be on the call for you today here at Crutcher Scott Field. And, well, Jaden, we've got the best pitching matchup you could possibly hope for in these two teams.
Yeah, we really do. Austin Glaze is going for the Wildcats. Great start last week against Northern Illinois. He's going to try to come out and do it again against a really good University of Penn baseball team. And for Penn, we've got Ryan Dromboski, really great season last year. And, pitcher of the year for the Ivy League and first team Ivy League. Great starter matchup for both these teams really here today.
Yeah, Dromboski, you talk about a guy like that. He can go out and do whatever you want him to. Same thing with Austin Glaze, really working that strike zone last week. We thought he had a slider, a bit of a curveball type action going on there. So really good stuff from him last week. But this has a chance to be a really competitive game between these two teams, Jaden.
Yeah, Austin Glaze last week had the curveball just on point. He'd set it up with the fastball and then throw the curveball outside. Lots of swing and misses, lots of great ground balls. He kept his pitch count down, went a solid 5 innings for the Wildcats. He's going to look to come out here and do it again today.
And if you're Penn, you're really hoping to bring forward that momentum you had towards the end of the season last year in the NCAA Regional.
Yeah, they had a great run, especially at the end of the year. They went to the Auburn Regional, beat Auburn. They also knocked off Samford, lost to Southern Miss in the championship for that regional back-to-back games. But really great season for this Quakers team, and all around they're just going to look out and build on that momentum of a great season last year.
Yeah, we talk about it being a competitive matchup. You don't see a lot of those at the beginning of the year, but here we are again in Abilene, Texas. A really good matchup to come tonight. We're going to be on the call. The stars are out, the sun is out. We'll have the play after this. We're glad to have you here in Abilene, Texas, and the first pitch is a ball from Austin Glaze. Talk a bit about Austin Glaze. You talked about that great start he had last time against NIU last Friday, about a week ago this time, as that one is low and away for ball 2.
Yeah, one thing Glaze did really well last week, he kept his pitch count down. 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, did a good job of pounding the zone and getting outs when he needed to.
The 2-0 to Connor Chavez. High for a strike, 2-1 count. Chavez from Fort Worth, Texas found his way home this weekend. The 2-1 pitch in there for a strike on the outside border. That'd be a 2-2 pitch from Glaze. He struck him out swinging. The throw over to first on the drop pitch. He's out. Austin Glaze, he starts the game with a drop third strike, just like he did last week, and we've already got one out in the ball game.
Yeah, there you saw the cutter, the put-away pitch for Austin Glaze on the 2-2 count. Take a look at that swing and miss here. He threw it down and away in the dirt, but really good movement. Made it look like a strike for a really long time. Got Chavez to swing there and start this game just like he did last week, as you mentioned.
Davis Baker steps in now for the Quakers, and Glaze kicks and deals his first pitch. Baker hits that one on the ground and through for a base hit. Baker's on the first pitch he sees. He sneaks it through into right field.
Yeah, one thing you can do when you have a pitcher like Glaze on the mound that likes to pound the zone is you can ambush him here early in the first inning. See through the fastball, good velocity on it, down in the zone, and great piece of hitting by Baker to turn on it and pull it through the right side to get Penn's first base runner of the season here in 2024 on first base now.
Wyatt Hensler steps in now. Runner on first for him. Once again, this is Penn's first game this season. They've got a runner on first. 1-out pitch in there for a strike. A beautiful pitch from Austin Glaze. Again, Baker on first. Hensler, the standout player on this Quaker team, the 0-1. He gets under that one, hits it into right center field, going back at the track, at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Not played. Baker, he's headed home, and Hensler stops at second. There will be no throw. An RBI double off the top of the wall for Wyatt Hensler, and the Quakers strike early with one out in the first.
You mentioned Wyatt Hensler, a captain on this team, and a really great bat here in the middle of this lineup, or the top of this lineup, excuse me. He takes the fastball and drives it into one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. Hensler, first team All-Ivy last year, played in all of Penn's 50 games. He had a 15-game hitting streak to end the season last year, and here he continues it to 16 to start the season off very strong with the RBI double.
That right center field wall plays very well for batters. You can get a lot of power out to there. Northwest wind blowing about 12-mile-per-hour gusts, blowing 7 miles consistently. And here's the pitch from Glaze. That one bounces in there for ball one. Jarrett Pekovsky, that is, the batter now for the Quakers. Pekovsky waits now the 1-0. And that one is low and outside. This season, Pekovsky, all Ivy League honorable mention for the sophomore.
Yeah, Pekovsky really started to shine at the end of last season. He got to that Ivy League tournament, became the most outstanding player on the season. He hit in .292. He had 50 hits on the year, really good hitter.
The 2-0. Outside, it'll be ball three. A lot of movement from Hensler on second. .3-0 count, Nick Spavetta on deck. Got to have a comeback pitch here for Austin Glaze. A good strike at the bottom of the zone, 92 miles per hour. His last start, Austin Glaze didn't find himself in too many of these positions, so really piquing my interest to see what he may be able to do here. Looks back and deals. Cracked and into the left field, and it is fielded by Miller Ladisaw. There will be no throw, and that will hold Hensler at second, but a single off the glove of Cade McGarr gets another runner on for the Quakers here in the first inning.
And Austin Glaze is in no trouble here. It's really okay. Early in this first inning, he's still just one pitch away from getting out of the top of the first. He got the ground ball that he needed there. Unfortunately, it was just too deep in the 6-hole for McGarr to make a play. It did get some leather on it. Really good hustle play by McGarr. Kept the runner on second base. Forced at every bag. And double play ball is still intact. Glaze really just needs to get back in the zone, find that off speed, command the fastball on the outside, and get a ground ball to get out of this inning.
Here's the freshman, Nick Spavetta. So he watches one bounce away, and the runners retreat back to their back. Spavetta from Pittman, New Jersey. Freshman infielder playing in his first game. And Austin Glaze will look in here at another 1-0 count. There is a forced play at second. Got to be thinking ground ball here. Glaze throws back, and Hensler will find his way back to the bag.
Not a bad idea there by Glaze and second baseman Penn to try to get a pick off over there. Hensler's been moving around a little bit. He's going to be looking to score on any kind of base hit to the outfield.
Another 1-0 from Austin Glaze. High and inside, that almost caught him. Take a look at Pekovsky there at first base. Pretty big lead over at first base. 2-0 pitch from Austin Glaze is hit, pop foul. Staley rolling over, and it'll be off the batting cages over there and be a foul ball, 2-1 count.
One thing I'm seeing from Glaze here, early in this game, not commanding the fastball quite as well as he did in his last start. He's kind of throwing it over the middle of the plate a little bit. That one up and in. He's got good velocity today. He's at 92, anywhere from 92, He has hit 94 today, but kind of wild with the fastball, which is tough to work the off speed of that whenever you can't get the fastball in the zone.
2-1 from Glaze. High for a ball. Got to find his spot here. 3-1 count. Ryan Taylor on deck. And Spavetta watches the 3-1. Glaze keeps looking back. The 3-1 now. That one is fouled off Spavetta.
Much better location there with the fastball. Really targeting this hitter up and in. Trying to make sure he can't get his hands to it, get his arms extended, and drive it deep into the outfield. Glaze already given up 3 hits in this inning, which matches the amount of hits he gave up last week against Northern Illinois, but a veteran pitcher looking to get a ground ball here. Try to get out of this inning.
3-2 pitch. That one, it's popped up on the right side and foul. Spavetta that is, really working Austin Glaze here. This Pennsylvania team, they have a chance to really rock your confidence. They can really swing the bats early. They did that last year against Auburn. First on the board in that game late in the season. They have that experience. The 3-2 from Glaze. That one is on the ground, but played at second. Taps on second, on to first. A double play ends the inning. Austin Glaze only gives up 1 run in the jam, and Penn leads 1-0 as we head to the break. Stick with us. ACU coming up to bat on ESPN+. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. The Quakers out to an early lead, 1-0 over ACU, and we're going to take a look at Penn's defense. Quinn Ahern, he's behind the dish, catching Nick Spavetta at first base, Connor Chavez at second, Wyatt Hensler, he's at third base, Dallas native Davis Baker at shortstop, Gavin Collins in left field, Ryan Taylor in center field, and Jarrett Pokrovsky in right field as we get a look at the stud pitcher for this team, Ryan Dromboski. And the first pitch from Dromboski to Garrett Williams is chopped over to short. Play a big 6-3 throw. Will be in time for the out. Really good reach there for Davis Baker.
You know, I don't hate the idea of Garrett Williams trying to get on this pitcher early. First pitch of the game, and grooves the fastball just low in the zone. A lot of run on it. You'll see throughout this game, Dombrowski goes a 2-seam fastball majority, sits in the low 90s, sometimes upper 80s throughout the end of the game, but also throws the curveball and the changeup.
First pitch right there, a strike to Miller Ladisaw, the preseason all-WAC conference selection so far this season, 313, 435, 313 the slash for him. A little low on the slugging and leading this team in walks with 5. As he watches one high for a ball. Good eye for Miller Ladisaw so far this year.
Yeah, Ladisaw struggled a little bit to get the bat going early last weekend. Game 1, didn't hit it as well as probably he would have liked to. Had a couple situations where he could get some big RBIs, but that ball driven real deep into right field, but it's going to be foul. But Ladisaw, we saw on Saturday, game 3, did a really good job. Took a little bit different approach, drove the ball into the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, and Miller's someone that has a lot of pop. He can really get under a ball, but he's been real patient in his at-bats so far this season. Ladisaw watches that one high. It'll be a 2-2 count. Ryan Dromboski, 2023 Ivy League Pitcher of the Year, first team All-Ivy League, second team ABCA selection this year. Really racking up the awards early on for the Ivy Leaguer. Pretty decent sized crowd today. Penn's got a lot of fans here. We talked about that. Saw a lot of them out in the parking lot on the way in. Friday afternoon baseball as that one is in there for strike 3. He rings him up looking, and Ryan Dromboski starts the season the way you'd expect him to.
Yeah, we're gonna take another look at this here. He throws that 2-seam fastball, starts it in, Ladisaw kind of looking like it's going to be real far inside, but ball breaks right back over the inside corner of the plate. Really good pitch, 94 miles per hour. And a good start to this game for Dromboski.
Here's DJ Van Otten, the big designated hitter for ACU, watches one high for ball one. Transferred from Southern Nazarene University, the Ada, Oklahoma native. Watches another ball there. So far this season, Van Otten 412, 522, 706 slugging through these first 4 games. So pretty impressive from him. And he hits the 2-0 a ton to left field. Looks playable. Davis Baker under it. He's got it. Sun got in his eyes a little bit, but he gets the easy pop out. 1-2-3 for Dombrowski. We'll see you here in a minute on ESPN+.
After the first inning of play, our score remains 10-1. Now batting for the Quakers.
Welcome back, Abilene, Texas. ACU and Penn. Penn up 1-0 after we saw dominating bottom of the first inning from Ryan Dromboski. And here's Austin Glaze, who got out of a bit of a jam back in the first inning, as that one is slapped into center field for a base hit. Eric Martin fields it. That was Ryan Taylor. Taylor slashes at the first pitch he sees and is on with a single.
Now coming to the plate.
Once again, another ambush swing by the Quakers. Taylor takes the first pitch he sees and just drives into center field. Get another base runner on here for the Quakers. Austin Glaze find himself in the stretch once again. Did a good job last inning getting out of the jam. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Got the ground ball he needed, and the double play was turned. Good job by the Wildcat defense.
Running the throw to second from Misi. He gets off the bag, and there will be a throw out. Ryan Taylor, you're out at second. What a throw from Maddox Misi.
Taylor, a really good jump on that pitch. He was there in plenty of time. Take another look at it.
And this will be a good angle for the replay.
Not a bad throw by Misi. McGarr did a good job. Keep the glove on the runner and get the out.
Oh, so that one passes through the glove. He would have gotten the base there. When you get a lead like that, that's about the best throw you can make, and Misi made the best of it. Nate Polo, the junior outfielder from Port Matilda, Pennsylvania, 143, 234, 143. Low sample size for him last season on the slash line. As he slashes that one foul, it'll be a 2-1 count.
Yeah, and this is a player that Penn is really looking to make some big strides this year, especially at the plate. He's in the DH role today. They're really looking for him to get his bat hot. Not a lot of sample size, like you said, last year, but hoping to get some more ABs here in the early part of the season and get something going on the offensive side.
Like I said earlier, Taylor playing center field. He watches that one. Another 3-1 count from Austin Glaze. He did not end up in this specific scenario, that 3-0, 3-1, 3-2 count last week. That one bounces off the bat, maybe a foul ball right there. Or no, a strike, pardon me. 3-2 count now.
See the curveball there from Glaze. Hadn't thrown it very many times early in this game, but the curveball worked really well last week in his start. It's going to be a big pitch today once again.
3-2 is cracked into right field. Staley retreating. That one is off the wall, fielded by Staley. Rounding second is Polo. He's going to slide into second. Nate Polo. He's excited. He's fired up in Abilene, Texas. He's got him a double here in the second.
Yeah, and this is the potential Polo has. I mean, fastball left right down the middle of the plate. He pretty much just split it in half, and Polo didn't miss his chance. He took it and drove it deep into right center field. Great line drive off the wall. Hit that ball 110 miles per hour off the bat. Really strong piece of hitting there by Polo. Get a runner in scoring position with just 1 out.
Well, good for you, Nate Polo. You got you a double out there into right field. A really good piece of hitting. Gavin Collins steps in now. Watches the first pitch from Glaze. It's low and away. Collins, his first game, the freshman out of Bristol, Indiana. getting the opening day start for Penn. We talked about it. They haven't played any games this year. ACU, they played a 4-game set against Northern Illinois last week and played Oklahoma State just 2 days ago in Arlington as the 1-0 is down there for ball 2.
Yeah, this ACU baseball team, really tough schedule here, especially non-conference for the Wildcats. Coach Rick McCarty was really looking forward to going to Globe Life and playing a really solid Oklahoma State team.
That 2-0 is cracked into left field. Ladisaw retreats. He's got a read on it and makes the catch. Retreating back to second is Nate Polo. He slides in head first. He will be safe. Really good read there from Miller Ladisaw in left field on some really solid contact from Gavin Collins.
Yeah, once again, the fastball just kind of got left over the middle of the plate, but great jump by Ladisaw out in left field. Last year, Ladisaw spent a lot of time at the DH spot, primarily hitting, using his bat as a weapon in this Wildcat offense, but with DJ Van Atten coming in and joining the roster, he gets the nod at DH, and Ladisaw gets out in left field, and he's made some really good plays here in the early part of the season.
Here's Quinn Ahern, another player getting his first start today. He gets under one, pops it on the left side of the infield. Cade McGarr calls him off. He's there to make the play. Austin Glaze, the 2 hits will not come to pass. ACU still trails Penn 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's still Pennsylvania 1, ACU nothing.
Gino DeLessio, he will lead off the inning for ACU, someone who's been the standout player at 7 hits, 3 home runs, and 9 RBIs last week in that series versus NIU as he watches the first pitch from Dromboski. That's ball 1.
Yeah, and he had another RBI Wednesday against Oklahoma State, brings it up to a team-leading 10 RBI on the season so far, and 3 home runs, also a team high.
A lot of power from him. Someone who's worked his way into that 4-hole spot now for the Wildcats. Someone that Rick McCarty's really going to need to perform this week against this Pennsylvania team. It'll be a 2-0 count from that pitch. DeLessio from Milwaukee, Wisconsin by way of Quincy University. He leads the WAC right now in RBIs and total bases, and he watches that one for a strike 1. It'll be a 3-1 count.
And these kinds of counts, these hitter counts, 3-1, 2-0, is where Gino will make you pay at the plate.
That one low and away. A good eye from DeLessio gets him on base, and ACU has their first runner of the day.
And Dabrowski's going to wonder, he really thought that was going to be a strike. He painted the corner there, low and away, but umpire called it a ball, and Gino's going to get on first base here to start this inning, bringing up the catcher, Maddox Meese.
Maddox Meese steps in now and has not disappointed this season so far for ACU. First pitch from Dromboski is a strike. Dromboski set him down in order back in the first inning. Already a runner here with nobody out. Meese's 0-1 pitch is in there. A beautiful strike from Ryan Dromboski.
Meese, a really good hitter at the plate for the Wildcats. Kind of a utility player. He's catching today, caught most of the weekend last week, but can also play third or second.
Really diverse player for Rick McCarty and his Wildcats. Of course, Coach McCarty, second in wins all time here at Abilene Christian. 137 for him all time, so veteran coach here by now. He watches the 1-2 and a swinging strikeout for Ryan Dromboski gets Maddox Meese for the first out of this inning.
And that pitch there, fastball right down the middle of the plate, just
Number 34,
too strong of a pitch for Meese to be able to get a hold of. Did that a couple times there, but he throws that two-seam, so it's got a little bit of run to him, running in on those right-handed batters, away from the left-handed batters. Get a look here at Eric Martin, the lefty.
Pitch is outside, strike 1, right on the line. He painted that one. Lots of control from Dromboski. He can really paint the corners wherever he wants them. So that one is outside. Trying to work that outside edge here against Eric Martin. Martin starting in center field. Swings at that one for a strike. From Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. In his senior year last year, 232, 343, 46.4, the slash for him. Watches the 1-1 bounce in there. Really thought they had D'Alessio. He's gonna stay on first.
We've seen a lot of fastballs here early in this game, but with this at bat to Martin, he's kind of mixed it up a little bit. Fastball on the first strike, through the curveball, and then the slider. Right there, you see the slider once again. Excuse me, the changeup there.
That was a nasty changeup. Sets down Eric Martin on strikes.
Right fielder Aaron Staley.
2 strikeouts in the inning so far for Dromboski, and here's Aaron Staley, another standout performer for ACU. Last week versus NIU, 7 hits and 4 RBIs for him as he cracks one in left center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. D'Alessio, he'll stick at second, and a base hit from Aaron Staley gets ACU their first hit of the day. Runners on first and second with 2 out now for the Wildcats.
Great job by the lefty. Hard fastball, moving away from you, did a good job of just staying behind it and driving it to the opposite side of the field. Put a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs in the second inning, but Cade McGarr, really good hitter, had a really good weekend last weekend against Northern Illinois. He's going to try to pick up an RBI here. On any base hit, Gino's going to be looking to go home and score. Get the Wildcats their first run.
McGarr offers up the first one and cracks it foul. The transfer from Texas Tech, hometown Frisco, Texas. East Texas boy, he's batting 400, 438, 464 on the slash so far this season. High numbers for him early on through these 4 games, or 5 games that is for ACU, as that one is outside for ball 1.
See Dromboski here. Do the first pitch slider. He likes to throw that slider in on a left-handed batter and then the 2-seam away.
Dromboski's 1-1 is pop foul. McGarr seeing the pitches real well so far through this at-bat. Really would like to make something happen. D'Alessio on second. He's got a little bit of speed, so maybe something can happen there. The 1-2 pitch is popped up the middle, fielded by Dromboski. On to first. The 1-3 put out ends the inning. The runners do not come to pass, and Penn will hold their 1-0 lead. Stick with us. We're headed to inning number 3.
Thinking about continuing your education?
Austin Glaze is a strike to Connor Chavez. Chavez struck out on a drop pitch back in the first inning.
Sorry, Coy.
Oh, you're good.
Glaze back in for the 3rd inning here. Been hit around a little bit in the first 2. 5 hits given up so far, but just the 1 earned run. He's done a really good job of working out of some tough situations after letting a few guys on base early in the inning.
Chavez watches that one. It's an 0-2 count now from Austin Glaze. The 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. Really the count Glaze needs to find himself in. He's finding himself in 3-ball counts quite a bit today.
Yeah, one thing he did last weekend was command the zone and get ahead early. He was able to work the off speed of that to get swing and misses and get ground balls and strikeouts. He's going to try to do that again. Get back in the zone, just take a deep breath. And for a veteran pitcher like Glaze, he's able to do that. I think Coach Rick McCarty trusts his demeanor, trusts his ability to just get back in the zone and settle down and keep the Wildcats in this ballgame.
Home plate umpire Damon Thomas peeled over to Asa Howard at first base, and they agreed there was no swing, and that one will be ball 3. And just like that, eating my words, Austin Glaze finds himself back in a 3-ball count. Talked about it, Damon Thomas at home plate, the umpire. Asa Howard at first base, as that one is fouled back. And Matthew Steljas at 3rd base. That's your umpiring crew today here in Abilene, Texas. The 3-2 pitch from Austin Glaze. Chavez watches. That one is low for ball 4. and Chavez is on for the first time today.
Really good at bat there by Chavez. Really patient, worked it deep into the count, fouled off a couple pitches when he needed to, and ultimately drawing the walk to get on base. Glaze couldn't quite locate the fastball there, just down in the zone. Let's get back in it here and try to get a ground ball with Davis Baker up.
Davis Baker, the Dallas, Texas native, the sophomore this season. Second team All-Ivy League. He cracks that one to right field. Aaron Staley is on it. It's down for a base hit. Chavez is headed to third, and the throw back in will keep the runners on the corners. A huge hit from Davis Baker here in the third gets runners on the corners for the Quakers.
Very similar at bat as last inning. Excuse me, in the first inning, Baker was taking the fastball and driving it into right field, turning on it and hit a hard line drive. Good job by Chavez to get to third.
Conversation right now between Maddox Misi, communicating some signs here. Obviously not the spot Austin Glaze wants to be in, but you would trade a run for a double play here any day. And here's Wyatt Hensler again, had that big double back in the first inning. The first pitch to him, he offers at it for strike one. Didn't get to talk about Wyatt Hensler's repertoire. He's a first-team All-Ivy League. He led the team last year in hits, doubles, home runs, RBI, batting average, OPS, slugging, total bases. He's got it all for Penn, and here he is in that three-hole spot, and he's already performed today. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off for strike two.
Yeah, Hensler just a really great hitter, really consistent hitter for this Penn lineup. As I mentioned earlier, ended the season last year with a 15-game hitting streak and continued it today with the hit earlier in the first inning, but good job by Glaze here, kind of pitching in backwards with the off-speed. Get ahead in the count, good 0-2 count here. Try to make him chase, maybe throw that cutter low and away, get a ground ball, get a swing and a miss strikeout. That'd be huge here for Austin Glaze. Once again, finding himself in a little bit of trouble with some runners on base early in the inning.
Davis Baker retreats back, the 0-2 pitch. Did he go? They're gonna appeal to first, and Asa Howard's gonna say no, he did not go, ball one. A lot of chirping from these two dugouts so far in this ball game. Really excited to be playing baseball on this beautiful Friday afternoon in Abilene, Texas. The 1-2 from Glaze is popped up to left field. Ladisaw seems to have a read on it. Chavez is going to tag from third. He's going to come home, and there will be no throw from Ladisaw to keep Baker on first. So a sac fly gets a run through for Penn. They're up 2-0 in the top of the third inning.
Really good job by Hensler. Glaze left the curveball just a little bit over the middle of the plate, and he was able to drive it deep into left field. Kind of got under it, but did the job he needed to. Got the sac fly for the RBI. Glaze, good job of getting it out now. Double play is intact. He's one pitch away from getting out of the inning once again.
All right, and that will bring up Jarrett Perkowski, the throw back to first, and Baker is back already. Pokrovsky, he back in the first inning, got on base with a single. Was part of that 4-3 putout that ended the inning. Glaze throws back over, and Baker will retreat yet again.
Yeah, Baker definitely a stealing threat over there at first base. He had 7 stolen bases on 10 attempts last season. He's going to be looking to swipe a few more bags here, especially early in the season. See what he can get away with, see what kind of leads he can get.
He's headed to second. There will be no throw from Maddox Misi as it slips out of the back of his hand, and Davis Baker has swiped second base.
Yeah, good jump by Baker there, as you see on your screen, but Misi, tough pitch to catch and throw down to second. It was going to have to be quick. The cutter was just in the dirt, couldn't quite pick it, bad transfer. Now a runner in scoring position here for the middle of this Quaker lineup.
Really good call there to swipe second base, and takes the double play out of contention for Austin Glaze. So gonna have to work a little bit harder here. The 1-0 pitch from Austin Glaze is low and away for ball two.
Glaze throwing a lot of off speed, a lot of sliders, a lot of curveballs here in this third inning. McCoy, I think he's really going to have to find command of his fastball if he's going to want to go any further into this game. And he's got to find the fastball. He's been throwing it hard, but not locating it as well, kind of leaving it over the middle of the plate. He's going to have to find it here in this third inning.
The right fielder watches the 2-0 pitch, and it will be a 3-0 count now for Austin Glaze. He's gotten out of these situations a couple of times today. There's been a lot of base runners in this ball game for Penn, but Austin Glaze has held strong, only 2 runs on 6 hits for the Wildcats starter. It'll be a 3-0 count, 3-0 pitch, and that one is in there for ball 4, and Pokrovsky is on for a second time today.
Yeah, and it's going to bring up the first baseman, Spaventa, who grounded into a double play to end the first inning.
Now batting.
Once again, he had runners in scoring position there, but able to get out of it. I think that really speaks to Glaze's grit and his competitive nature when he's on the mound. And I think that's something that Coach McCarty really emphasizes to his pitching staff across the board. Is just no matter where guys are, you've got the defense behind you. Just pound the zone, and we'll make plays and try to get out of some tough situations. You're going to see a mound visit here from Coach Rick McCarty.
Yeah, nobody in the bullpen for ACU, so this will just be a regular conversation. An interesting situation here, Jaden. You've got a double play opportunity. That walk necessarily isn't the worst thing possible for Austin Glaze. You've got Nick Spaventa coming up, who has already grounded into a double play earlier in this game that ended out the first inning. So a chance here for Austin Glaze to get out of another jam, really. Runners on first and second. Said Baker, he's back on second. He got on with that single, second batter of this inning.
Yeah, like I said, Glaze is going to have to find the fastball, going to have to be able to locate it when he needs to. But one pitch that's been really good today is the cutter. He's gotten a few ground balls off of it already, some weak contact. That was the pitch that Spaventa grounded into in the first inning. So that may be another key pitch here. Start him off with a slider, throw the cutter low and away, try to get a rollover. And Coach McCarty just out there kind of settling his guys down, say, hey, look, we're in no trouble here. It's a 2-run ball game, a lot of baseball left to play. Glaze, just get us into the dugout and see what our offense can do.
All right, so the righty batter steps in here, Nick Spaventa. Big chance here for the freshman. Runners on first and second. And the pitch from Glaze is cracked to left field. Ladisaw moving on it. It's gonna go foul. Ladisaw looked like he may have had a read on it, but it was way foul. So Spavetta showing off his power there. The freshman from Pittman, New Jersey.
Yeah,
a lot of recruiting area. Sorry, go ahead.
No, good. I was going to say inside fastball there. Spaventa did a really good job just to turn to it and just drive it deep into left field. Like you said, show off the power. Now you see Glaze working away from the batter there.
It's a good pitch there from Austin Glaze. Real confident pitch. So an 0-2 for Austin Glaze. A really big chance here to get out of a jam and get 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch is on the ground to short, and it's bobbled. There will be no throw from McGar as he bobbles it at shortstop. The bases are going to be loaded for the Quakers as Spaventa gets on.
He glazed through the cutter once again, got the ground ball that he needed to. McGar just got a little bit of an in-between hop there and couldn't handle it. This is something that we don't normally see from the Wildcats. ACU last year did a really good job. They were 4th in the entire country in fielding percentage with a 983 percentage there. Not a lot of errors that we're accustomed to seeing from this Wildcat defense.
Here's Ryan Taylor already singled in this one, and he was swinging for the fences on that first pitch. That will be an error on Cade McGar at shortstop. So an E6 in the book there. Bases loaded. That one outside for ball 1.
Lots of cutters here in this third inning for Glaze. With the fastball not quite being on point, he's going to try to go to that pitch, throw it away, try to get some weak contact. when the fastball's taken out of Glaze's hands, it becomes much less of a strikeout pitcher and more of a ground ball pitcher.
That one is popped up. Looks playable for Gino D'Alessio. And D'Alessio's got it. It'll be a pop-up, and that's exactly what Austin Glaze wanted.
Yeah, really big out there for the second out of the inning. Bases loaded, and just made a really good pitch on that was the curveball there that just got popped up underneath it. Taylor just couldn't quite drive it out deep enough in the outfield. Good play by D'Alessio, and 2 outs now. Glaze is going to try to work himself out of some trouble once again.
There is movement in the ACU bullpen, but bases loaded and 2 outs now. Nate Polo steps in here, had a double back in the last inning as he chops that one. Played by Williams. He's going to tap on the bag. Give yourself a hand, Austin Glaze. You're out of the jam, the bases loaded jam. 2-0 Penn leads ACU. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Stick with us on ESPN+. Top of the 3rd inning here in Abilene, Texas, live from Crutcher's Scott Field. Friday afternoon baseball, and the first pitch is a ball. Penn leads ACU 2-0 as we see Zant Payne getting his first at-bats of the day. It'll be Payne, Williams, and Ladisaw for ACU, as there's a good comeback pitch for a strike for Ryan Dromboski, who's been, well, exactly what we expected from him so far today. Only allowed 2 base runners so far through 2 innings. That one is cracked, and it's a base hit. Zant Payne's on early here on the 2nd pitch of the 3rd inning, attacking early again.
Really great piece of hitting by Zant Payne. 2-seam fastball moving away from the hitter. Up and away, but a good job to get his hands up to it and drive it into center field. Take it right back where it was pitched from. Zant in the 9-hole, almost like a second leadoff. And with Garrett Williams coming up, a really great hitter. A guy that hits for average, hits for, gets on base a lot. Good spark here in the early part of this 3rd inning. Give ACU a chance to get the offense going and try to put some hits together. Get a couple guys across the plate.
What a pitch there from Dromboski. 14 inches of break. And that one is cracked by Garrett Williams. It looks playable for Perkovsky, and he is there. And it'll be a quick out of Garrett Williams as he flies out to right field.
Yeah, good barrel there by Williams.
Now coming to the plate.
Exit velocity in triple digits. Lined it out to right field. Kind of carried a little bit. You saw the right fielder, Perkovsky, there just gliding back. Almost didn't quite get all the way to it. Maybe a little harder than he thought. Wind is blowing out there a little bit, as you see there, 7 miles per hour, but really nice, calm, and sunny day here in Abilene, Texas.
So ACU, they've changed their approach here. It looks like they're attacking as early as possible, but Miller Ladisaw, he's had a real slow approach to the plate this season. Wow, jumble there. Throwback to first, Payne retreats in time. He's had a slow approach here, could change the pace just a little bit. What I can say about these two teams, a compliment of both Penn coach John Yurkow and Rick McCarty, is that these two teams very even throughout their lineups. In college baseball, you'll see, top of the lineup's real good, middle of the lineup's real good, some iffy parts, but both these teams really solid through and through, 1 through 9.
Yeah, the big difference between a Power 5 conference team like Oklahoma State, who ACU played Wednesday, or a mid-major team like ACU, or anyone in the Ivy League like Penn, depth is a huge factor at the different levels, especially when it comes to pitching or, as you mentioned, the bottom of the lineup. But both these teams really solid through and through, 1 through 9. Anybody can get on base, and both these teams looking to put up lots of runs on the season.
So Ladisaw works the walk, and now runners on first and second with 2 out, and the big man DJ Van Otten stepping in here. He's been nothing short of a slugger at home so far this season for ACU.
Yeah, Van Otten's reached base in all 5 of the games that ACU's played so far. He's been DHing in every single one of them. He had the home run in Game 1 last week against Northern Illinois. Deep pop fly to right center field. Got ACU on the board. He's going to look to do something similar again, try to get an RBI and cut this lead back.
That one bounces away. Both runners are going to stay. Zant Payne's at second. Again, led this inning off with a second pitch single into right field. Van Otten, he hit about everything he could last week against Northern Illinois. Doubles, singles, home run, and a walk for him. He slashes that one on the right side. Good glove from Nick Spavetta. He taps on first. And it'll be two runners in scoring position with two out, but a good glove there from Nick Spavetta gets the out for the Quakers.
Yeah, Van Atten's going to be a little disappointed that he missed that one. Fastball slightly elevated over the middle of the plate. Kind of got in on his hands, the two-seam coming in on the right-handed hitter. Great play by Nick Spavetta over at first to keep it in the infield and get the second out of the inning.
So Gino D'Alessio, the man who leads the WAC in RBI, steps in here with a chance to add to that tally. Runners on second and third. Go-ahead run at the plate here for ACU again. The 1-0 pitch is chop foul for D'Alessio. Once again, as the sun continues to set here in Abilene, I wouldn't expect it to be completely set by the end of this one, but temperatures were going to drop off quite a bit as we continue to play tonight, so want to play while you can, while it's warm. Other than that, perfect baseball weather, Jaden.
Oh yeah, Coy, for February baseball, couldn't ask for anything different. The wind not super strong here today.
The 1-1 chopped into right field. It is down for a base hit. There will be no throw in. There will be a throw to home, but it's cut off. ACU scores 2 runs on the chop into right field for Gino D'Alessio. He's got him 2 more RBIs this season. The Wildcats have tied it in the 3rd inning.
And we've seen it here in the early part of the season for Gino D'Alessio. Really good job of hitting it out to right field, going the other way with a fastball kind of in on his hands, but great read by Miller with 2 outs going all the way and trying to score on any kind of base hit through the infield.
Took an interesting bounce out in right field. A good fielding job by Jarrett Pokrovsky. I didn't think he was going to throw for a minute with Ladisaw and Payne hauling around the bases. And a big whiff there from Maddox Misi for strike 2.
There's the curveball, kind of more of a 12-6, straight up and down. Lots of vertical break. Haven't seen it a lot today, but when we have, it's been a really big swing and miss pitch.
Misi watches that one outside for ball 1. Get 2 runs on a really solid piece of hitting. He just dropped that one out into right field. Can't do it any better than that. So he watches the 1-2, and it's fouled off back to the pitcher. Ryan Dromboski. I don't know if we've touched on his numbers from last season. 3.17 ERA, 71 innings pitched for him. You put up numbers like that in college, you've got to have the ear of someone in the majors at some point, especially at that Division I level. 1-2 to Misi. Did not go. It'll be a 2-2 count for him now, working his way back into this one.
Yeah, and when looking to go to the next level, one thing that's really going to help out Dromboski is his pitch arsenal and the way he utilizes it. You see here in this at-bat to Misi, he goes curveball, slider, then up and in fastball, then back to the slider. Another slider there once again in the dirt. Gino able to take second base, get another runner in scoring position, but Dromboski responding pretty well so far after the 2 RBI single. Right back in the count, he went 0-2. Misi doing a good job of working the count and getting to it full here in the 3rd inning.
D'Alessio swipes second, takes away the force. The 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. Maddox Misi's on base, and boy, ACU's bench is as loud as it can be. So Jaden, you've got speed on second, speed on first, and Eric Martin, who struck out back in the 2nd inning, stepping in now.
Yeah, it's going to prompt a mound visit here for Penn. He's just going to go out there and talk to Dromboski, try to calm him down a little bit. Again, another veteran pitcher, both sides of this game, but Dromboski doing a really good job of throwing strikes. He needs to stick to it. The fastball's been good all day. You see Eric Martin here, not many at-bats on the season so far. Left-handed hitter, he's going to be able to throw that two-seam going away from the lefty.
So the mound visit is over now, and Ryan Dromboski, I mean, this is a big situation for him. Third inning, you've looked great, lights out even through 2 innings, and now it's all evened up here in the bottom of the third. Eric Martin, a big chance for him here. We talked about him being in the lineup today before the game when we were looking over the lineups, and this is a big chance for him to prove himself, maybe establish himself in this lineup as he watches one down the middle for strike one.
Yeah, he got the nod in center field today. We've seen Reese Borho, the freshman, out there before, but Eric Martin, a Canadian native, left-handed bat today, probably the matchup they wanted. Big opportunity here for him to get a base hit and try to get another run across the board and take the lead in this game early here.
And he was thinking yard on that pitch as he offers that, and it's an 0-2 count for Ryan Dromboski. A chance to get out of the inning. The pitch, low, ball one. Dromboski had really good pace to this game through those first 2 innings, but ACU, they're doing exactly what Penn did at the top of this inning. As the 1-2 pitch by Martins cracked into center field. No, it will be caught by Connor Chavez. And Penn gets out of the jam with 2 on, but ACU ties it on a couple of hits. We're headed to the 4th inning, all knotted up like a new pair of shoes on ESPN+. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. A big inning for ACU, Jaden. It's 2-2 now, and Austin Glaze has a chance at almost new life, it feels like, here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, the Wildcat offense did a really good job of getting a walk and stringing some hits together to get a couple RBI and get 2 runs across the board to even this game all back up. Here in the 4th, Glaze needs to go out and provide a shutdown inning, get his defense back in the dugout, and see what his offense can continue to do.
That one chopped over and fielded by Gino D'Alessio. On to Garrett Williams at first for the 5-3 putout of Gavin Collins, that was.
D'Alessio fielded the ground ball and threw it across the diamond. He had the big hit there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Big 2 RBI single to right field to tie this game all up. Having a really great, super strong start to the season here. These first 2 weekends of baseball.
Stepping back, though, and looking at Austin Glaze, what ACU did for him, too, what his offense did was stepped in there and said, hey, we'll give you a minute to breathe. And they also worked the pitch count of Ryan Dromboski as that one's popped up. And it looks like Eric Martin will be there to catch the pop fly from Quinn Ahern, the catcher.
Keep an eye on it here. After this ball was hit, Glaze, kind of see it there, reached down and started stretching what looked like maybe his calf or shin even, pulling on the
and
Rick
Rick
toes of
McCarty
his
coming
foot.
out now, yeah. See what's going to happen here. Glaze, a little bit of injury history in his past here at ACU. Yeah, he looks like he's having a little bit of discomfort here. They're going to take a minute here, and
The Wildcats have had someone up in the bullpen
here comes a trainer now.
for the last inning or so, so they are able to go to someone if needed, but
There's a righty. We'll know who that is in just a little bit. So we see the conversation now, and Glaze is going to stay on here. Maybe throw a pitch or 2. Yeah, it looks like he's going to throw a pitch as Damon Thomas, the home plate umpire, waves off Connor Chavez. So we see how Austin Glaze is feeling after that one. It looks like he says he's good to go. So Austin Glaze going to continue here with 2 outs.
Back to the top of the order. 0, second baseman, Connor Chavez.
Chavez, he's been a problem on the bases today. Got on in the last inning, came around and scored off of a walk, so a good eye. And for him, came around and scored all the way back in the 3rd inning. There's a strike from Glaze. only run back in that third inning, actually. Felt like there should have been more, but Austin Glaze, like we said, he really has been able to work on those jams. That's that veteran leadership you see from a starter like him. The 1-1 in there for a strike.
Yeah, it really is. And we mentioned earlier, the fastball not quite working as well. Not as much command from Glaze, but the cutter looking really strong. And there you see the slider off of it. Good pitch combo from Glaze. He can settle in this game and get a shutdown inning here.
The 1-2 pitch to Chavez. They're going to say it's a foul ball. Hear the opinions of the ACU dugout saying, yes, he did go through. Connor Chavez from Fort Worth, Texas. Austin Glaze from Carthage, Texas. Those players in that area, they know each other well. They've seen each other before. I'm sure Glaze knows who he is. Chavez gets under that one, drives to left field. Miller Ladisall retreating back. That one's going to drop down and bounce off the wall. Chavez is headed to second. A big double with 2 outs from Connor Chavez. He continues to have Austin Glaze's number here. He is on base with a hit.
Yeah, with the 2-2 count, Glaze threw the cutter again, went back to it, but left it just over the middle of the plate enough that Chavez could turn on and pull it down the left field line. Really strong hit by Connor Chavez to get a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
Yeah, and here's Davis Baker. He's 2 for 2 today with 1 run scored. A couple singles for him. He hasn't made his way around he has made his way around the bases today, pardon me. As he watches that first pitch from Austin Glaze, and that'll be a ball. Glaze checking back on Chavez. I said he's been a problem on the base pass. Showed a lot of speed when he was on the bases back in that 3rd inning. Got around the bases very quickly, so Glaze wants to keep an eye on him. The 1-0 pitch is pop foul. Zant Payne, the second baseman for ACU, playing deep into right field. You've got Cade McGarr playing a little over from second base. Trying to work this pull hitter here. Hopefully get him to ground out.
Yeah, both of Baker's hits have been on fastballs. He's turned on it and driven it into right field, where Payne's playing right now in the second base position. So gonna try to play the pull hitter tendency.
The 1-1 is cracked right into that shift. Garrett Williams is there. And Austin Glaze has a good comeback inning. Only 1 hit. We're still tied at 2, headed to the bottom of the 4th on ESPN Plus. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. All tied up here in the bottom of the 4th. ACU coming up to bat. It'll be Aaron Staley, Cade McGarr, and Zant Payne, the bottom 3 of Rick McCarty's order. And Ryan Dromboski's first pitch is a ball. So far today, Ryan Dromboski, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. I didn't expect to see 3 walks from him early on. Staley watches that one, fouls it off. It'll be a 1-1 count.
Yeah, first start of the season for Dromboski. Trying to settle in. Done a really good job up to this point. Found himself in a little bit of trouble there last inning. Did give up the 2 RBI single, but gonna try to come back and get a shutdown inning, get his offense back up to the plate.
About a break on that pitch. It'll be a ball, 2-1 count. And you talk about it, first start of the year, they're going to have a little while before they get to play at home. Next weekend, they're at USC Upstate and Spartanburg for some games, then Charleston Southern, and in College of Charleston for a 4-game set. They won't be home till March 13th versus Villanova, as that one's outside for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count now. They won't have their first conference game. That one's outside. And it'll be a walk for Aaron Staley. He gets on his 2nd time today. He had that hit back in the 2nd inning. And Cade McGarr now with a chance with a runner on first. McGarr found himself in a 1-3 putout to end the 2nd inning in his only at-bat today. So 0 for 1 for the ACU shortstop. Wyatt Hensler playing really close in at third base. And, well, a good read there as he watched the bunt from Cade McGarr. McGarr had that error early on back in the 3rd inning, playing it short. Did not come to pass, so got to put that behind him An opportunity. It's a new ball game here. Like I said, 2-2. Dromboski throws over to first, and Staley will retreat in time.
Yeah, McGar, a really diverse player, plays a really good shortstop. Unfortunately, he did have the error earlier in this game, but you saw he showed bunt on the first pitch there. We saw last weekend against Northern Illinois. Small ball does play a key role in this Wildcat offense, but McGar can also swing it well. 3 multi-hit games so far in the first 5 of the season. Had a really good weekend against Northern Illinois.
McGar tattoos that one foul. It'll be an 0-2 count now. Dromboski taking his time here. The 0-2 is swung on and missed for a strikeout. Brian Dromboski gets his 4th of the day. And it'll be the first out of this inning as McGar goes down swinging.
Number 2, second baseman, Zant Payne.
Zant Payne stepping in now, had a single, came around and scored, starting that big 3rd inning for ACU. So familiar right here. Throw over from Dromboski is not to pass.
A couple of pickoff moves here with Staley on first base. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take second base here with the top of the order coming up after Payne here in the 9-hole. ACU showed some really aggressive base running last weekend in the first series of the season. Wouldn't be shocked if they do something similar here in a tie ball game early. 4th inning, try to get a guy in scoring position with just 1 out.
0-1 count, 1 out, runner on first. Dromboski throws back over. They're really trying to get Aaron Staley. I said Payne already a hit in this ball game. The 0-1 pitch from Dromboski. Runner's gonna go, they're gonna throw. And they got him easily. So what a throw. Quinn Ahern had a throw there and got the runner at second, Staley. So they do get their man, and there's 2 outs now in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Staley, not the greatest of jumps, as you see there. Picking over might have had something to do with that, but Quinn Ahern, really good job. The pitch was elevated up above the zone. He got up to it and made a great throw right over second base. Good catch and tag. Get the second out of the inning now. Zant Payne finds himself down on the count 1-2.
The 1-2 from Dromboski is outside. We saw Ahern throw one to second when they were warming up and it went out into the outfield. Maybe you just got to get one of those out of your system every now and then. The 2-2 from Dromboski is on the ground and foul. Whether or not Payne gets on here, he's working the pitch count right now. I got to say, though, in my opinion, if it comes down to a bullpen battle, Penn's got quite a few guys in their bullpen that could probably do a lot of damage against this ACU offense. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back again. So Dromboski and Payne are going to do it all over again here at 2-2.
Payne, a really good competitor here in the bottom of this lineup. He's reached base safely now in his last 5 games, including today with that single that he had back in the 3rd inning.
A close take there from Zant Payne, 90 miles per hour, high and away. And it's a full count now to Zant Payne, working the pitch count here in this ball game with 2 outs in the 4th. Dromboski's pitch is hit and foul, really foul. A lot of pop there from Zant Payne. Payne from Edmond, Oklahoma, formerly of Dodge City Community College up in Kansas. Quite the baseball program they have up there. It'll be a 3-2, and it'll be pop foul, and this battle will continue.
Quality at bat so far from Payne. Working to get Dromboski's pitch count up. 9 pitches so far in this at bat. He'll see a 10th here on the full count.
3-2, high for ball 4. What an at-bat from Zant Payne. We've seen Penn do it today. They've worked the pitch count. Well, Zant Payne does it here, and he gets on with 2 outs. And Garrett Williams, you got to think, is hungry as you see a pitcher warming up for Penn there. That will be number 14, Carson Osmer from Lantana, Texas, another Texas boy, 2A player, and quite the reliever he is. All Ivy League honorable mention, part of 7 players mentioned for Penn in that preseason poll. They were picked to win the division, as that one is a ball. Unanimously picked to win the Ivy League over second place Columbia and third place Harvard. So a big season ahead for them. The 1-0 pitch to Garrett Williams is in there for a strike. Williams grounded into a 6-3 put out in the first inning, flew out to right field in the third inning. You got to think he's real hungry for a hit here with Zant Payne on first. The 1-1, and a good take from Garrett Williams for ball 2.
Yeah, Ahern might have bought a strike there to even the count up 1-1. Goes with the slider there, but misses off the edge of the plate.
Tromboski throws over to first. There will be no play for Zant Payne. Payne a little bit of speed on first, so we talk about Rick McCarty and his small ball, stealing, bunting, all of it. There's a chance that could happen here. It'll be a 2-1 to Garrett Williams. Groove down the middle for a strike. That's an assertion pitch right there. That's a, hey, don't try me pitch from Ryan Tromboski. And Garrett Williams watches the 2-2 and hits it on a line through the hole. A base hit for Garrett Williams, his first of the day. And ACU's got runners on first and second with 2 out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, and this is what Garrett Williams does best. He gets into 2 strike counts and takes the off speed and just finds holes in the infield, line drives and ground balls out to the outfield. Really great piece of hitting by Williams. That's why he's in that leadoff spot. He saw the front door slider there to get to strike 2. He took it, but he saw something similar on the next pitch, was able to just get his bat head out to it, barrel it up through the 6 hole, and get runners on first and second here for the Wildcats.
Ladisaw whiffs at that one. Miller Ladisaw so far today, a strikeout and a walk. Came around and scored on that walk. I do want to point out, Jaden, Aaron Staley led this inning off with a walk, got caught stealing, and then Cade McGarr struck out. There's a real scenario where Staley doesn't get caught. Bases are loaded, or even there's a run on the board for ACU as Ladisaw offers at another one, and it's an early 0-2 count.
Yeah, but Ahern did a great job of just firing down to second base and getting that really big out. Lee Tromboski here with just a little less trouble than he might have been in, but tough hitter at the plate here, Miller Ladisaw. Ladisaw going to be looking to drive one and pick up an RBI here to take the lead in the 4th. A
brave take there from Miller Ladisaw. Ball 1 and a 1-2 count. Tromboski, he's 1 pitch away. And the 1-2 is popped up. Looks playable potentially for Wyatt Hensler. He's at the wall. He will lay down and make the catch. What a catch. Wyatt Hensler, the third baseman, lays down and makes the catch. ACU will have no runs on the board, and we're going to see if we've got it here. And look at this play by Wyatt Hensler. I'm going to lay down and make that catch. We're all tied up at 2 apiece here, headed to the 5th inning on ESPN+.
Welcome back to Abilene, Texas, here at Crutcher Scott Field. We're in the 5th inning of a competitive 2-2 ball game.
Thank you, Jaden. We're going to see Wyatt Hensler stepping in here. He made a great catch there to end that inning. Laid down and made a catch. We're going to take a look at it here in a minute, but right now Hensler watches a pitch here, and it's chopped foul. We take a look at it here.
Yeah, really good job getting back to the wall, kind of bumped into it. The ball just stayed just inside the fence line, and as he was falling down, able to get some leather on it and make that play. Spectacular play by the third baseman Hensler.
An 0-2 from Austin Glaze is hit to the right side. Staley retreating back at the track, at the wall. He makes the catch. Good read from Aaron Staley out in right field. Cuts down the star third baseman Wyatt Hensler for the first out of this inning.
A couple really good defensive plays.
Now batting.
Hensler, ball was elevated over the middle of the plate, drove it out deep into right field. The wind kind of carrying it out there just a little bit, but Staley, really good defensive presence out there in the corner. Get back to the wall and make the catch up against the wall on the warning track.
And a good first pitch strike there to Jarrett Pokrovsky. 1 for 1 today with a walk. Pardon me, 1 for 1 today with a walk, pardon me. Had a single back in the first, did not come around to score, was part of a double play. The 0-1 pitch to Pokrovsky. He whiffs at that one, a good pitch from Austin Glaze.
Yeah, there's that cutter low and away. It's been good all day. It's been really settled in here now in the last couple of innings, locating that cutter. And the curveball's been really good off of that as well.
The 0-2 to Pokrovsky. Did he go? They're going to appeal. They're going to say he went around. Misi throws on to first. It'll be a strikeout drop pitch. And another one for Austin Glaze. Only his second today, which is, I was actually about to talk about this. Austin Glaze so far today has not had the strikeout pitches that we thought he had. And you were talking to me a little bit about it. What's that pitch he's not having today?
Yeah, it's that fastball. He's just not locating it quite as well. It's been hard, but kind of all over the place. And when he has been in the zone, it's been over the middle of the plate, and they've been able to smash it just a little bit. As you mentioned, Glaze, only 2 strikeouts on the day. Last week in his start, he had 7. Looking to get that number up just a little bit, but doing a really good job in the last couple of innings. Without that fastball, been able to get some weak contact and really good ground balls here.
A good pitch to Nick Spaventa there. Gets him in at a 1-1 count. Glaze deals. That one is cracked into center field. Eric Martin looks like he has a play, and he does. A quick inning from Austin Glaze, and ACU keeps it all tied up 1, 2, 3. We're headed to the 6th inning. Stick with us. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. DJ Van Otten stepping in here, but it's not against Ryan Dromboski. It's against Carson Osmer, the senior from Lantana, Texas. His first pitch will be a ball. An absolute standout player, two-way player last season. He slashed 273, 273, 273, but also he's an outstanding relief pitcher for this team. 1.83 ERA and 34 1/3 innings last year. On his way to an all-Ivy League honorable mention earlier this season. Jaden, someone we expected to see today when you look at that bullpen. I talked about Penn's got a lot of depth there. And Osmer's pitch there is fouled off. It'll be a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Osmer posting a 1.83 ERA in a single-season program record, 25 appearances last year out of the bullpen. Every single one of his appearances was out of the bullpen in relief, as we see today. Really good pitcher for this Quaker staff. Kind of has a little bit of a sidearm delivery, lower arm slot. Very different look from the last pitcher we saw in Dromboski.
It'll be a 3-1 count here. We'll close the book on Dromboski here in a second as that one is fouled off.
Yeah, Dromboski, really solid day at the park. 4 innings pitched. Allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs, all coming in on that 2 RBI single in the third, but he had 4 strikeouts and in his 20 batters faced. Really good outing for Dromboski. Really good start to the 2024 season.
That one is ripped into center field. Going back, Taylor at the wall, at the track. He is there to make the catch. Oh, Van Otten almost had that one. Just a little bit more ball to bat there, and he could have maybe had one to center field. And a good read, too, by Ryan Taylor.
Yeah, we saw a similar swing last week. This ball hit real hard out into the deep part of the ballpark, left center field there. Wind blown out just a little bit, but not quite enough juice on that one to get it over the fence. Great play by Ryan Taylor to track that ball in for the out.
Well, here's Gino D'Alessio, I don't want to say surprised because that feels kind of guilty to say, but definitely the standout player so far in this young season. He's 1 for 1 today with 2 RBIs. Got ACU on the board and tied it up. And a walk as he hits that one hard foul. Jarrett Pokrovsky had a read, but that one's off the batting cages and foul. It'll be an 0-2 count now to D'Alessio.
Yeah, one thing D'Alessio's doing is just finding barrels, having some really good at-bats, squaring the ball up, and lots of RBI here in the early part of the season, 3 home runs, and just look to continuing to be a really consistent part of this offense there in the cleanup.
Gino watches one, and that was a close take right there. It'll be a 1-2 count now. Hour and a half into this ball game here, bottom of the 5th inning, we're all tied up. Already seen one side pull their starter, that was Penn. The 1-2 count, and Osmer's pitch is low. It'll be a 2-2 count.
Yeah, and for the Wildcats, a couple guys have been up and down in the bullpen down there, out down the right field line, but Glaze doing a good job so far. 5 innings pitched, and foul ball there from D'Alessio, but Glaze struggled early, but has really settled in the last couple innings. Good 3-up, 3-down inning in the top of the 5th, and now this ACU offense is just going to try to get another spark like they did in the 3rd and see if they can scratch a couple runs across the plate to take the lead.
Good pitch there. Oh, that one almost hit him. It'll be a full count on that one. D'Alessio gathers himself back up. And it'll be a full count as we rewatch this one.
Yeah, 94 miles per hour up at the face of D'Alessio. I believe they call that chin music, Coy.
Yeah. How sweet it is. The 3-2 is popped up to right field. It looks like there will be a play for Jarrett Pokrovsky, and he is there for the 2nd out of this inning.
Now batting number 99, catcher Maddox Meese.
We'll see Maddox Meese stepping in here. 1 for 1 today, or well, 0 for 1 today, pardon me. A walk back in the 3rd inning and a strikeout in the 2nd is all he's had today. And the first pitch from Osmer is low.
Yeah, Meese really patient at the plate, good eye, good discipline. Back in the 3rd inning, he did draw that walk, as you mentioned, but he started off the count 0-2. Was able to foul a couple pitches off and get back into it, get to a full count, and then eventually take the walk. Good job by Meese.
Osmer's 1-0 is fouled off. It'll be a 1-1 count now. Let's talk about Maddox Meese just a little bit. He's been really a standout find for ACU and has ensured his position in this lineup. Sophomore out of Atkins, Texas. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike from Osmer.
The first 2 batters of this inning popping out. A little different look on the mound here now for the Wildcats offense in the batter's box. From that lower arm slot, just creates a little bit of a natural run in on a right-handed batter, which we saw with Jomboski there, but totally different look. These hitters are going to have to readjust to seeing the pitch and driving the ball, squaring it up and getting on top of it. Get a line drive.
The 2-2 pitch from Osmer is inside, and Meese fouls that one off. That was a protection swing right there. Osmer, another part of this Texas collective. The 2-2 pitch from him is outside, and it'll be a full count again for Carson Osmer here in the 5th inning, his first inning of relief. See a Texas flag there on his glove. Really proud of his heritage. The 3-2 pitch. Pop foul by Maddox Meese.
We see it here once again with Meese at the plate. Just taking it deep into the count, fouling off the pitches that he can't quite get to, doing a really good job of protecting the plate. Using up lots of pitches here for the Captain Osmer.
Full count here for Carson Osmer as that one is off the elbow of Maddox Meese as he getting the tingles out right there, and he'll head to first base. So runner on now for ACU on the hit by pitch. Eric Martin stepping in here. Another chance for him with a runner on. He's had a runner on all the other 2 times, pardon me, that he's been on today. Trying to make something happen. Carson Osmer catches his breath here and steps back on to face the big lefty for ACU. His first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, Martin struck out in the second and had a little bit of a weak line out to second base there in the third. Martin last year batting .209 and just 67 at bats. Not a ton of action at the plate, but he got the nod for the center field start today, trying to make the most of it. He's going to look to get on base for the first time this year.
Osmer paints the bottom of the zone there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count now to Eric Martin. Misi, a little bit of a lead on first, nothing crazy as that one is fouled off. Those rich sounding hits of the metal bats here letting you know that college baseball is back underway. Misi can run from first. He can do a little bit of everything. Field, bat, he can do it all. Osmer's 1-2 pitch. Painted it. The dugout wanted that one to be a strike. Osmer wanted that one to be a strike, but it's a ball and it's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, great call by the home plate umpire. That ball, fastball moved off the plate, just a couple inches off the edge there of the black. Really good eye by Eric Martin. Bring this count even 2-2.
A 2-2 count for Carson Osmer. He got him. He rings him up for the first strikeout of the season for the man from Lantana. We're all tied up, headed to the 6th inning. Stick with us on ESPN+. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. We're all knotted up here. ACU has pulled Austin Glaze, and we'll have a new pitcher. It's Chandler Freeman of Georgetown, Texas, the former Baylor University pitcher, the graduate right-hander. What do you know about him, Jaden?
Yeah, Freeman saw an appearance in the first series against Northern Illinois. Tough appearance for him out of the bullpen. Only pitched 1 inning. Saw 4 batters, gave up 2 hits, both those hits being doubles, and walked 1 as well. He's going to look to come back out and have a good second appearance, try to get a shutdown inning. Really tight ball game here, 2-2. Just shows the trust and confidence that Coach Rick McCarty has going back to Freeman, the veteran pitcher coming in, transfer from Baylor, as you mentioned. He's going to look to pound the zone here and get back in the dugout.
Well, Ryan Taylor watches that one. It's a 1-1 count, and the pitch to Taylor will be a strike. It'll be 1-2 now for Freeman. So far in this game, Ryan Taylor's got a single and popped out to third base. 1 for 2 on the day. And the 1-2 pitch is popped up and foul. And Freeman will try it one more time.
See there the slider from Freeman. Also paired with that, he throws a fastball and a cutter occasionally. But fastball slider is his main pitch combo that he likes to go to.
1-2 pitch from Freeman. High, ball 2. I said 2-2 ball game. 7 hits for Penn, 4 hits for the Wildcats, and an error. That was on Cade McGar at shortstop. Didn't come to pass for a run. The 2-2 pitch from Freeman. In there, and it'll be a full count. Really working these pitch counts on both ends today. These two guys, well, these two teams, that is, have done a good job. And it'll be a 3-2 pitch from Freeman. He struck him out. Chandler Freeman, 89 miles per hour, high in the zone, and a strikeout for him as he struts around the mound. And the first out of this inning will be a swinging strikeout.
Yeah, that's a really big first out now for Freeman. Come out, get the swinging strikeout on a full count. Really tough hitter there in Ryan Taylor. Great pitch on the high fastball to get the swing and miss and out 1.
All right, Nate Polo stepping in now. He's got a double all the way back in the second. That's all he's had cooking today. 1 for 2. Lined out to Garrett Williams. They play a big shift on him. We saw Williams snag that one. Of course, Zant Payne playing all the way almost into short right field. You got Cade McGarr playing over the bag at second. The 1-0 pitch from Freeman is a nice off-speed pitch for a strike. A 1-1 count.
Yeah, Polo, a couple of good swings here today in the second inning. Had the double that drove out deep into right field, and then in the third, hit a hard ground ball to Garrett Williams, but Williams made the play. Now they got him shifted. He's going to look to drive another one here.
The 1-1 is shot up the middle. He hits it away from the shift. Running back is Eric Martin. This is going to be a chance for a double here. Martin's throw is going to be off and not even in time. Runner on second now. What an at-bat from Nate Polo, his second double of the day.
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier. Last year, not a whole lot of at-bats, but in the DH spot here on opening day for Penn, their first game of the season, doing a really good job. That's 2 doubles so far and another hard contact ground ball that he's had here in this game. 2 for 3, solid performance by the DH, Nate Polo.
So a runner in scoring position, something that Penn has been all too familiar with today, batting 125 with runners in scoring position. That's a 1 for 8 mark. Quite a few runners left on base for them. First pitch from Freeman is high for ball 1, 89 miles per hour. A 1-0 count now to Gavin Collins, 0 for 2 today. That one bounces behind, and that's going to be an opportunity for Polo to head to third. The go-ahead run now 90 feet away for the Quakers. Chandler Freeman's going to have to gather himself back up and go right back to it in this 2-0 count. Bottom of the order for Penn has not been super competitive today. Here they are making a little bit of rumble in the 6th in a tie ball game. Freeman's 2-0 pitch. Big swinging strike right there.
Thrown that high fastball a few different times here early in the 6th inning. Rare miss on that last pitch there by Misi to let it go to the backstop and advance the runner from second to third. Gavin Collins 0 for 2 so far. He's got a pop out and a ground out, looking to get a base hit here or any form of an RBI with just 1 out in this inning.
Collins fouls that one off. It's a 2-2 count now. And Freeman's worked his way back into it. No movement in the bullpen, no worries for Rick McCarty. He trusts his man. It'll be a 2-2 pitch, 1 out, runner on third. And he cracks it into left field. Miller Ladisaw has a beat on it. He's going to throw home. Polo's going to tag. The throw will not come home. It's thrown to Cade McGarr at shortstop. And the sac fly to left field by Gavin Collins scores Nate Polo. And the bottom of Penn's lineup is cooking today. 3-2, Quakers lead.
Yeah, really good job by Gavin Collins there. Get the fly ball deep enough into the outfield to get that RBI and score that go-ahead run home. Ladisaw in left, not the strongest arm, so Nate Polo knew he's gonna be able to take home on that and get the third run across the plate for the Quakers today.
Now 3-2 ball game, top of the 6th inning. Freeman looking a little bit better than he did against Northern Illinois last week, a little bit more comfortable. And the 1-0 pitch with 2 outs is a strike high in the zone.
See that high fastball there once again from Freeman. Ahern, the catcher, batting in the 9th spot today. He's popped out twice so far, 0 for 2 on the day. Freeman maybe not trying to get that once again, throwing it up in the zone.
The 1-1 to Ahern. Swung through it and missed it.
There's that cutter from Freeman. We haven't seen it a lot, but it pairs really well with the high fastball, able to throw it low and away, and big time swing and a miss there. Good pitch by Chandler Freeman. Get the count to 1-2.
Quinn Ahern from Woodbine, Maryland. The pitch, he shoots that one to short, fielded by McGarr. Throw on to first, Williams is there. And the 6-3 putout ends the inning. 1 run for Penn on some good base running. Penn leads 3-2. Stick with us on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. The Quakers lead Abilene Christian 3-2 here at Crutcher Scott Field. Game 1 of a 4-game set will be a doubleheader tomorrow and a game on Sunday. Those will not be on ESPN Plus. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the 6th from Osmer is outside for ball 1 to Aaron Staley. Staley 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. See. Pops that one up to left field. Gavin Collins has a read. He's back and had to dance around a little bit as that setting sun glares off his sunglasses. And the first out will be a flyout.
Yeah, Staley here just kind of hit it off the end of the bat, popped it out into left field. Good job by Collins there to track it in. As you mentioned, sun kind of getting in his eyes. Breeze has picked up a little bit, a little stronger gust than we started out with earlier today, but still a beautiful day at the ballpark.
Here's Cade McGarr. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Found himself in a 1-3 putout all the way back in the 2nd inning. Transfer from Texas Tech University. Watches the 0-1, and that one from Carson Osmer is high.
McGarr, a little bit of a two-way player, can get it done on the mound as well, but today and earlier last week you see him at shortstop, batting at the bottom of the order. 3 multi-hit games so far for McGarr. Hitless today, but looking to get on base here in the 6th inning.
He swings at Osmer's 1-1 pitch. And yeah, you mentioned it, 2 two-way players facing each other right now. Osmer, who can bat also, favors pitching, and then McGarr, who can pitch also but favors hitting here. The 1-2, he struck him out. A big strikeout for Carson Osmer. That's technically a back-to-back strikeout into the last inning on a looking strikeout to Eric Martin. Or, well, not, pardon me, there's already one out in this inning. That was Aaron Staley. Continue through this ball game. Zant Payne steps in now. Big day for him so far. Walked, got to second, back in the 4th. Had a single back in the 3rd and came around and scored. First pitch to Payne is popped foul. It'll be an early 0-1 count to him.
Yeah, Payne scored the first run of the day for the Wildcats back in that 3rd inning after he singled, but really great at bat in the 4th inning. He drew the walk, but after seeing 10 pitches in his at bat, lots of foul offs, and got deep into the count, and drew the walk, got on first base, reached to second, but then was left out there in the 4th. Looking to get a little 2-out spark going in the bottom of the 6th for the Wildcats.
Osmer looked a little rough when he came onto the mound. Looked nothing short of perfect so far as he gets a swinging strikeout to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts for Carson Osmer. Penn leads 3-2. We're headed to 7 here in Abilene, Texas. Stick with us on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. Another new pitcher for ACU. It's number 11, Blaine Palmer, the right-handed sophomore from Buffalo Gap, south of town. Jaden, what do you know about Blaine Palmer?
Yeah, Palmer, really good pitcher. Seen his velo get up here in the last year. He was a freshman last year. Not a whole lot of appearances, but now has the fastball going low 90s. Also throws a really great sweeping curveball, and then works in the cutter, mixes that in as well. Palmer, good right-handed option out of the bullpen for ACU.
All right, Connor Chavez looks at an 0-1 there. Now it's an 0-2. Chavez has been nothing short of an issue for ACU today. A double, a walk, he came around and scored, struck out in the 1st. However, but on the base path, he's been very notable. Here in an 0-2 count, the pitch from Palmer is outside, and it'll be ball 1. Palmer, a small sample size last season, 27 ERA and just 1 inning pitched. 1 inning pitched this season for him too. The 0-2 or the 1-2 that is fouled back by Chavez, and Palmer's going to try that again.
Yeah, Palmer last time out got through an entire inning. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 2 walks and 2 hits. Did record a strikeout in the 5 batters that he saw. Gonna look to come out today, and I think the big focus for these Wildcat relievers is just come out, pound the zone, throw strikes, and get your defense off the field, back in the dugout, and see what this ACU offense can do. A spark can come from them at any time in this game. We're down the last stretch here of this ball game now in the 7th inning, but really good ball game so far on this great Friday afternoon.
This battle continues as Chavez fouls that one off. It'll be 2-2 here. Palmer's 2-2 pitch. It's got to be something competitive. The 2-2. Off speed, chopper to second, and it's under Zant Payne's glove. A weird bounce, and there's a runner on first. Chavez finds himself on base, 3rd time today for him.
Yeah, this was a great pitch location from Palmer. Curveball just off the edge of the plate, low in the zone, got the chopper he needed. Zant Payne charging the ball best he could, trying to make a play, but bounced off of the heel of his glove. Gonna get the leadoff batter on once again in this 7th inning.
Davis Baker, the shortstop, steps in now. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles for him. He's found himself 90 feet away twice, scored once, and the first pitch to him is away for ball 1. We talked about Rick McCarty for ACU. We haven't talked a lot about John Yurkow in his 10th season at Penn. I said 203 wins. I said that earlier, but 2023 Ivy League Coach of the Year, ABCA East Region Coach of the Year last year. Another individual with this program racking up the rewards of a successful season last year's. That one is low for ball 2.
Yeah, he's had Ivy League banner years in both 2022 and 2023. Looking forward again. They were unanimously voted to win the Ivy League once again this season for the 3rd time in a row. Over those 2 years where he won pennants, he had 67 contests and a pair of those regular season titles. He holds a 203 and 163 and 1 record as the Quakers head coach, which is 3rd in the program's all-time win list. Last season, really good season for Penn. Went to the Auburn Regional, stunned the top-seeded Tigers. Also went on to beat the 3rd-seeded Samford team there in that Auburn Regional. Made the Quakers the first Ivy League team to start postseason play with 2 wins since NCAA went to a 4-team regional format back in 1999. Put the Quakers up against Southern Miss in that regional championship, but they fell short. Looking to get back to another regional again, once again, in 2024.
Yeah, an absolutely outstanding year. We talked about, they won the Ivy League tournament in 3 games, outscored opponents 36-16 last year in that Ivy League tournament. Double digits in every game for the Quakers. Throw back to first, and Chavez will retreat. Pretty fast on the base paths is Connor Chavez. See, he's got a big old lead there.
Yeah, and Coach Yurkow did lose some really big talent from his team last year, but they returned all 6 of his all-Ivy selections. Drabowski, Hensler, Zafiro, Baker, Osmer, and Pokrovsky. We've seen some of those players today make an impact in game 1 of this 4-game series.
Davis Baker, he's going to walk on that 3-1 pitch. Runners on first and second now. Blaine Palmer in a situation now with nobody out. Runners on first and second. And you got the team captain here. Well, one of them, Wyatt Hensler, watches that one low and away. We've gone over the trophy case for Wyatt Hensler, and boy, he can do it all. The glove, the bat, really an all-around player, someone that's cornerstone of this team as we see ACU head coach Rick McCarty coming out to talk to his pitcher. There is a righty warming up in the ACU bullpen. I wouldn't expect him to pull Palmer here, but close ball game like this, that could be the situation. It does look like he's just going to chat here.
Yeah, we go back to Hensler, veteran presence in this Quaker lineup. Batting 3-hole today, something he's pretty used to. Had some really solid contact in all 3 of his at-bats. Had the big RBI double in the first out to right field. Then the sac fly to left in the 3rd inning. And then a line drive out to right field. It wasn't out in the 5th, but all 3 at-bats, really hard contact, spreading it out over the field. You know, had the sac fly the opposite way. Hensler just does a really good job of putting a barrel on the ball and hitting it hard all over the outfield.
Great player there. I know we're still early into this one, but looking forward for these 2 teams. ACU, no home games from the end of this one, February 28th till March 15th. They've got Baylor next Wednesday in Waco. Then A&M Corpus Christi March 1st through the 3rd. Then TCU in Fort Worth on March 5th. Their first conference series will be against Tarleton on March 8th through the 10th. That next homestand will not be till March 15th, like I said. Through the 17th against UTA in WAC play. Rick McCarty heads back in, and it'll be a 1-0 count here. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Baker at first, Chavez at second, and Hensler watches the 1-0 from Palmer, and it's away, ball 2. Long mound visit there from Rick McCarty. Talking a bit of strategy here. You do have that force play at 3rd and 2nd. You take a ground ball any day here, Jaden. The righty deals the 2-0. Good comeback pitch there for a strike.
Yeah, Palmer really going to have to execute either that cutter or the curveball, try to get a ground ball off of a really good hitter in Hensler. See if he can get a couple outs here in this inning after letting the first 2 guys get on base.
The pitch will be ball 3.
Hensler's looking to be really patient here at the plate with a 3-1 count. He's going to be looking for something in his wheelhouse. He's got to have it put on a tee for him if he's going to swing this bat.
I'll be thinking ground ball here for sure. The 3-1 pitch is on the ground to short. McGar fields on to second. There's an out there. The play at first. He will be safe at first. The throw not in time from Zant Payne. That will advance Chavez all the way over to 3rd base.
Yeah, Palmer got the choppy ground ball that he needed. Because it was choppy, hard to turn the double play. McGar doing the best he could. Fielded it, fired over to second. Close play at second, but he was out there. Payne turned it over to first, but good job by Hensler to hustle out the ground ball and be safe at first. McCarty's going to come out and have a visit with the first base umpire.
Out there talking to Asa Howard about that play. McCarty keeps his head cool right now. Don't need to overthink that one here in this chess match between 2 coaches. Misi talking strategy here. As you see ACU's defense talking around the horn about this. Chavez 90 feet away again today, his 3rd time. He's scored once. And the first pitch to Jarrett Pokrovsky is a strike. Good pitch there from Palmer. Pokrovsky so far today, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. 1 for 2. Palmer's 0-1 pitch right here. Runners on the corners. Pop foul for strike 2.
Really good job by Palmer getting the head of the count, going 0-2 after the last couple batters falling behind. Runners on the corners. Ground ball is still intact. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
You said that force play still at second. An 0-2 pitch outside, and it gets away. Runner's going to advance to second, and that force play is out. Heads up base running by Wyatt Hensler. He heads to second. Now both runners are in scoring position with nobody out.
Really big play on the base paths. Misi Really good job keeping that cutter that was in the dirt in front of him. Runner went to second, but allowed the runner at third to stay home and not score on another pass ball.
Either of these next two at-bats could be the story of this game. Be a 1-2 pitch from Palmer. High, and that will be ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count now. Palmer, he started all the batters faced very well. Infield playing in. The 2-2 pitch. Groove down the middle. He struck him out looking. Big pitch from Blaine Palmer. Strikes out Jared Pokrovsky. And there's 2 outs now for the ACU pitcher.
Yeah, take a look at it once again. Here's that sneak attack cutter. Thrown in a perfect location just on that outside edge. He painted the black there, and Pokrovsky just kind of froze and had to walk back to the dugout disappointed. Big second out there for Blaine Palmer.
Pitch there from Palmer to Spaventa is outside for ball 1. Spaventa today has not been his day. 0 for 3. Reached on an error back in the third. That was by Cade McGarr at shortstop. Runners on second and third. A real good pitch there from Blaine Palmer. Gets him his first strike of the at-bat. Hensler at second, Chavez at third. Like we said, Penn today has been 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. The 1-1 pitch, pop foul. Pitchers count now 1-2.
That's 3 cutters in a row out of Blaine Palmer. Big at bat here for the Quakers. You hear the dugout getting pretty loud. It's the noisiest it's been all day. Lots of energy here at the Crutch on this Friday afternoon. Game 1 of a 4-game series.
See if he goes back to the well. The 1-2 on the ground, played by Williams. Palmer running over. He covers his position. He is fired up. Blaine Palmer gets out of the jam with no runs, leaves 2 on in scoring position. ACU trails Penn 3-2. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. ACU coming up to bat here. Penn leads 3-2. And a big shout out to Blaine Palmer into that inning right there. A big out, and it's still a 1-run ball game as we see Garrett Williams stepping in now. Williams 1 for 2 today, not been his day exactly. Had a lot of good defensive plays from Williams today at first, but really quiet offensively. Outside and away. It's 2-0 count now.
Yeah, we said it down the stretch. It's going to be a bullpen game. Bullpen's going to play a key factor here in these last 3 innings, and Carson Osmer doing a good job. He's back for his 3rd inning of today. Hasn't given up a hit so far. Walked nobody, 3 strikeouts. Both Dombrowski, the starter, and Osmer in relief. Both strikeout pitchers. Something Penn does really well last season. They set a single-season record for strikeouts with 520 as a total staff.
Osmer finds the strike zone there. It's a 3-1 count now. The 3-1 pitch, outside, ball 4. Garrett Williams is on in the 7th inning with the leadoff walk with the heart of ACU's lineup coming up, and it's going to be Miller Ladisaw. He's gotten on once today. He walked, came around and scored, but other than that, a strikeout and a fly out in his 0 for 2 effort so far for the left-handed batter.
Yeah, and if you're a Wildcat fan, really big opportunity here in the bottom of the 7th inning with a leadoff guy on and try to get to the reliever that's kind of deep into this outing. Some might say Miller Ladisaw's due for a big at bat here, and now would be a time to come through with a big swing if needed.
Exactly what the Wildcats need in this situation. The Quakers pitching has been everything we thought it would be. The 0-1. That's strike 2. And Ladisaw in the hole very quickly. And what could be a very big at-bat for ACU. Both these teams have not been very well in with runners in scoring position. ACU 1 for 5 today. And the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball 1.
One thing we've seen this season so far from Ladislaw, a lot more patient at the plate. Hasn't swung yet, but has become a really good two-strike hitter, using the opposite side of the field a lot more than he did last year.
A big 1-2 pitch here. Osmer throws back over. What are you talking about? Carson Osmer and Ryan Dromboski. That's a deadly combo, Jaden. Two guys that can get on the mound, and I believe the term is shove. They do a very good job. The 1-2 pitch from Osmer, high for ball 2. There is a little bit of action in the Quakers bullpen. Not exactly sure who that is. Mostly just stretching and tossing. Nobody throwing. 2-2 pitch from Osmer. And Ladislaw continues his at-bat with a foul ball.
Osmer went right back to the fastball, did it again. Tried to blow it by Ladislaw. The big lefty doing a really good job of getting his hands there and able to foul it off and continue his at-bat.
2-2 to Ladislaw, low, it'll be a full count. DJ Van Otten on deck. You got to think he's hungry. He's 0 for 3 today. Very scary batter on deck for these Wildcats. I mean, he was a foot or two short of a home run. His last at bat. The 3-2 to Ladislaw. Fouled off. What a competitive at bat between these two competitors.
Another big swing there once again. Foul it off deep onto the left side. Way out of play, but we saw it earlier back in the early part of this game. He turned on a fastball and drove it way over the fence, but it was foul on the right side.
Osmer's pitch to Ladislaw. It's a chopper foul. Osmer, he clearly has scouted Miller Ladislaw well in this at-bat. Ladislaw, he'll hold on anything that may look like it's outside, and he's had a great eye so far. You know, and last year you look at Miller Ladislaw, if you could have developed anything on him, it would have been his eye, and here he is looking very sharp early this season. 3-2 pitch. Low, ball 4, back-to-back walks for Carson Osmer. Has runners on first and second, and the big man, DJ Van Otten, stepping in now in a very, very close ball game. Go-ahead run at first, tying run at second. A big bat that's been very quiet so far for ACU, Jaden.
Yeah, really big opportunity for Van Otten. Had a deep pop fly in his last at bat in the 5th inning to center field, carried to the deepest part of the ballpark and caught at the wall. Good barrel back then, looking for another barrel here. Runners on first and second, just trying to get him around and get a spark going here in the 7th inning, trying to get ACU back in this ball game.
He starts him off with a ball. Osmer's going to catch his breath, and we're going to see a mound visit here. I wouldn't think in this situation you'd pull Carson Osmer, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. He's been electric here so far, as you do see a pitcher warming up. That is going to be number 13 for Penn. That's Will Tobin, the left-handed pitcher from Spring Hill, Tennessee, by way of Independence High School. Warming up in the bullpen right now for the Quakers. It's going to be Osmer right now.
This mound visit here was just to come out and settle down the pitcher. Say, look, we're going to need a ground ball, try to get out of this inning, and want to go out there and make sure he really knows how to attack a heart of the order of the Wildcats and a really big bat in DJ Van Otten.
The 1-0 is outside for ball 2. ACU's been very patient in this inning, and I think that's another change to their approach. They started patient, and then they started attacking those first pitches, and now they've had to find themselves back into being patient. And the 2-0 pitch high for ball 3. A 3-0 count, and you don't want to serve one up to this guy.
Yeah, and he definitely didn't want to on the 2-0 count either. Throwing the slider, trying to go to the off speed and drop it in for a strike instead of grooving a fastball that Van Atten could hit. But now gets himself in a hole, 3-0.
3-0 pitch. He finds the corner for a strike. Van Atten held on that one on the corner. Healthy take right there. Carson Osmer looked nothing short of perfect so far before this inning, but back-to-back walks with Williams on second. The pitch to Van Atten is inside for strike 2, and he's worked his way back into this count.
Yeah, really good job coming back with 2 fastballs down in the zone, and on that inner half of the plate, Van Atten's looking for something that he can get his arms extended on and drive deep out into the ballpark, but
3-2 is popped up on the right side. There may be a play. Pekovsky is there, and he will make the catch. Williams tags at second. Ladisaw is going to stay at first, of course. And now runners on the corners on a sac fly from DJ Van Atten. He got up there and did his job. He worked the pitch count, gets a pop-up and moves the runner over to third, but not exactly what he wanted. Didn't get all of that one.
no, it wasn't, but with a 1-run ball game here, now they got a runner on third with less than 2 outs. And the hot hitter, Gino D'Alessio.
Yeah, if you could have painted a picture right here, Jaden, this is the guy you'd want up. Like I said, leads the WAC in RBIs. He's already added to that total today. A clutch hitter for ACU, someone with some sneaky power, you could call it, as the throw over to get Ladisaw, and he retreats back to first. And we'll try it one more time.
Yeah, runners on the corners. The double play is intact. 1 out in the inning. Ladisaw maybe try to look to see if he can get a jump and swipe another bag to get 2 guys in scoring position, but doing a good job of holding him close and picking over there.
Starts D'Alessio off with a strike. You hear a disagreement there from the dugout. They really wanted one that was, well, very clear in the zone on that one. Defense playing very true to position right now. Whole field hitter here is Gino D'Alessio, as throws back over to Ladisaw. They've done a good job today of getting those runners at first base. Well, not tagging them necessarily, but getting them off their rocker and catching them at second, getting them to have a bad jump. 0-1 to Gino. Inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Ladisaw is a little bit of a base stealing threat. He's 2 for 2 on the year in trying to swipe bags. That last pitch there took off with a couple hard steps and then retreated back to the bag. Not a huge lead over from Ladisaw on first base.
It'll be a 1-1 to D'Alessio. Swings at that one and pops it up on the right side. There could be a play. There will be no play as that one drops between the fielders. That was Chavez. Had the best beat on it. Everyone's got to get back to position now.
Yeah, D'Alessio kind of got jammed up on that pitch there. A little bit of a second chance with a 1-2 count. Right around third. Gonna be looking for a base hit or something deep out into the outfield, not so shallow like that one was.
It'll be a 1-2 count. Pitch to D'Alessio. He rings him up on the outside. A comeback pitch for Carson Osmer. He gets ACU's hottest hitter with a strikeout. Carson Osmer, he looks like he's still got it.
Yeah, and I think D'Alessio just kind of got froze there. The fastball on the outside corner. Maybe thought he was going to go to a slider, but blew the 92-mile-per-hour pitch right by him. Got the backwards K for a big out 2 here in the bottom half of this 7th inning.
All right, here's Maddox Misi. Gotten on base twice today. Hit by pitch and a walk. Struck out all the way back in the second. That was Osmer's 4th strikeout of the day, and, well, it looks like John Yurkow's call to leave his pitcher on the mound is going to work out so far. Misi watches a strike over the middle. It's a 1-1 count. You'd really think late in a ball game, ACU has to convert now. They've got a runner just 90 feet away in Garrett Williams. As you see time called here, it looks like there's a wrist guard. I believe. I can't really tell what that was.
Yeah, he tossed his armband. With Ladislaw on first, might be trying to swipe it back and get 2 guys in scoring position with 2 outs in this game. Runner at first probably shouldn't be a concern
1-1.
for Osmer.
Pardon me, on the 1-1 there. Maddox really wanted to go, but held back. Been a clutch player for ACU. 2-1 pitch is well outside. It's a 3-1 count now to Maddox Misi with Eric Martin on deck. Actually, that's Reese Borho on deck for ACU right now. That one is in there for a strike. Very close call there, Jaden.
Yeah, and the home plate umpire today has favored that inside corner of the plate just a little bit. Really good slider on the front door there by Osmer.
That's just
count to full.
That's just part of the game, Jaden. 3-2 pitch, right down the middle. He rung him up, backwards K in the book. Osmer's walks don't matter. He's gonna strike him out. We're headed to the 8th inning. Penn leads ACU 3-2 in Abilene, Texas. Stick with us on ESPN Plus. Close ball game here in Abilene, Texas. Blaine Palmer still on the mound for ACU. Got out of a jam back in the 7th. Had a little bit of time to catch his breath as ACU had something going in the bottom of the 7th. As his first pitch is a strike to Ryan Taylor. Defensive change for ACU. Reese Borho is going to go into the game, not stay in the game. He was on deck as that one is high for ball 1. He was on deck for Eric Martin. He will take that center field position from Martin. As got to make a change there. Martin hasn't had a great day batting, so that one's definitely an offensive move. As that is a good comeback pitch for Palmer, and it'll be strike 2, a 1-2 count.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Borho on deck there at the end of the 7th inning. Little disappointing. He didn't get to come up to the plate. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for the big reliever Osmer from Penn's side of things. De Alessio and Misi, 2 really good hitters for the Wildcats. Kind of got froze on fastballs over the middle of the plate, and great job by Osmer with a guy in scoring position to get out of it without giving up the tying run.
2-2 count from Palmer. He struck him out. Blaine Palmer, a big strikeout right there. He sets down Ryan Taylor for the first out of this inning.
Yeah, and a really confidence booster at bat there for Palmer on the mound. Come out and start this inning off with a strikeout. Had a couple runners on base last inning and then settled in and got the last couple outs. Big outs with guys in scoring position. Ended on a ground ball over to Williams at first base, but big swinging strikeout there to start off the 8th.
All right, here's Nate Polo, the designated hitter. Much as that first one from Palmer, it's low for ball 1. So far today, Polo 2 for 3. Came around, scored a run, 2 doubles for him. He has been the deciding factor in this ball game. He was that 3rd run for Penn all the way back in the 6th inning. Came around and scored on a sac fly. He pops that one up. Looks playable for Cade McGarr. And McGarr makes the catch for the 2nd out of this inning. And Blaine Palmer looks like he's a bit more comfortable up on that mound, Jaden.
Yeah, settling in really nicely, throwing a good hard fastball. As I mentioned, the velo up from last year, now into the low 90s, topping out at 94. And good high fastball there from him. Get the pop out deep to shortstop. Good job by Cade McGarr to rein that one in for out 2.
Jammed him to pop up there, and Blaine Palmer looks like he's got it now. Gavin Collins is going to be the batter for Penn. 0 for 2 today. Had that sac fly that scored Nate Polo back in the 6th. As he watches a ball there from Blaine Palmer. 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Jaden, we said it was going to be a close game, and it is. I mean, these two teams, they read like identical stories, different sides of a same coin almost. You have one team at Penn who's really comfortable on the road, and that'll be ball 3 right there. I said Penn very comfortable on the road last season, 18-9 on the road. They're comfortable at home too, 15-5 last season. ACU last season though, 25-10 at home. So, like I said, two teams that complement each other very well, as that one is a strike, and Misi picks it up and throws it back to Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer gonna come right back into the count with the fastball there after throwing a couple off-speed pitches early. With 2 outs and nobody on base. Not looking to give him a free one. Try to get out of this inning and get the offense back up to the plate.
3-1 fouled back. It's a full count now for Palmer. Strikeout chance here with 2 outs in the inning. Blaine Palmer's looked great. Found his confidence, brought it back around, and here's a 3-2 pitch. Deals to Collins. Collins watches it for ball 4, and there will be a runner on now for the Quakers.
Really tough take there by Collins. Good eye. Really good discipline at the plate to get on first base and find the first base runner of this inning. Now with 2 outs, Palmer really wanted that. He's kind of jogging off the mound as he threw that one, thinking he was going to get the ring up, but finds himself back into the stretch here with a runner on first, and the 9-hole Ahern up.
First pitch to Ahern. He shoots it up the middle. It's a base hit, drops down. Reese Borjo's there to field it. Both runners are safe. And now you got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position now. That's Collins. And a good at-bat from Quinn Ahern. Attacks one very early in the count.
Yeah, now it's going to flip it back up to the top of the order with the leadoff hitter, Connor Chavez. Really solid today so far. Tough situation here for the Wildcats. Palmer just got to get right back in the zone and get this 3rd out, but Chavez looking to scratch a late 2-out RBI here.
Chavez, I mean, he's got to be player of the game so far. Good defense, good offense for him. Hits that one on the ground. Fielded by D'Alessio. He's going to tap 3rd on the force out, and that's going to be the inning. Blaine Palmer, good comeback inning for him. Penn leads ACU 3-2. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th on ESPN Plus in a close ball game. Stick with us. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. The Quakers lead the Wildcats 3-2, and Reese Borjo is going to take his first at-bat of the day. He's substituted in this last inning for Eric Martin. Carson Osmer, the second pitcher of this ball game for the Quakers, he's still on the mound. Looked good so far. 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks for him. Only faced 12 batters. Jaden, he looked a little bit rough at the start of the last inning. He's looked like he's found his momentum since that mound visit.
Yeah, this is really big here for Osmer to come back out for the 4th inning and to have 2 pitchers cover this amount of innings in game 1 of a series. Really big time for this Penn pitching staff.
Well, so far this season, Reese Borjo, freshman out of Abilene, 214, 421, 357. Has a triple, though, so far. So good start for the freshman as he watches a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's a 2-2 count. Bottom of this ACU lineup's been really deadly today. See, hits a 2-2 pitch foul. Caused a couple problems for Penn so far today.
Yeah, and Reese Borjo, left-handed bat, left-handed arm. Really good freshman out of Abilene, Texas here for the Wildcats. Played some really good center field last weekend. See him enter the game in the 8th inning today. Looking to get a spark going for this Wildcats offense as the leadoff hitter of the 8th inning.
One of just a handful of players from the Abilene area, Abilene as a whole, for Rick McCarty. Of course, in Texas, it's really easy to recruit players. Full count pitch. Borho watches a ball 4 pitch. He's going to walk in another leadoff walk for ACU, and Reese Borho, his first at bat of the day, looks good.
And the walks today have come from some really competitive at bats. That ball just couldn't quite catch the bottom of the zone, and gonna put Borho on first base. But this ACU lineup just continues to be really solid through and through when it comes to competing late into counts and drawing big time walks.
Umpires getting together to talk here. Look like Damon Thomas, home plate umpire, called everyone together. Wonder if they're going to be talking about that pitch right there. They're going to say it was a ball on agreement. So Staley's the man for ACU. A walk and a single for him today. Flew out in the 6th in his 1-for-2 efforts so far. Another one of these players, Jaden, he's really performed well early on for ACU. He shows bunt. Infield moves in, and he's going to watch that strike there. Rick McCarty's not scared to play small ball, especially in a game like this. Would really like a base hit before you did that, though. Throw over to first. Borho retreats.
Yeah, we saw the small ball play a big role in the series last weekend against Northern Illinois. It translated to some big runs for the Wildcats. And at the third baseman up here is Wyatt Hensler coming in, crashing hard on this at bat.
Shows bunt again and pops that one out of the stadium. So it'll be an 0-2 count here. Staley's going to have to swing or really find contact on the bunt.
Yeah, tough pitch to bunt there. Up above the zone, elevated fastball, thrown hard. Got the top of Staley's bat, and as he popped it up all the way over into the stands.
Hensler's the only one playing in as Staley offers it that one. Hensler, the third baseman, playing it on the infield grass or turf or whatever you want to call this. See, ball boy goes and grabs the ball here, and it's going to be an 0-2 count now for Carson Osmer. 5 strikeouts for the righty. The pitch, and that one's cracked into right field. It looks playable, and he is there. Jarrett Pokrovsky, that is, gets it. And a big fly out there for Carson Osmer. And ACU's opportunity starts to wear down.
Yeah, Staley had the slider timed up pretty well, got his foot down and hips turned and drove it real hard into right field. And Pokrovsky there backpedaling onto the warning track as he makes the catch. And we're going to have another mound visit here.
Be a mound visit here, and doesn't look like there's anyone in the Penn bullpen. No, there is. We are going to have a substitute pitcher. It's going to be number 13. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Will Tobin out of Spring Hill, Tennessee, by way of Independence High School, is going to come into this ball game, the left-handed pitcher, and what a performance from Carson Osmer. All right, well, we'll have the facts here on Will Tobin when we get back from the break. Stick with us on ESPN Plus. Bottom of the 8th inning. Welcome back to Abilene, Texas. Coy Oslin, Jaden West here on the call. 3-2 ball game. Penn leads as we're going to see Cade McGarr stepping in here to face the first left-handed pitcher of this game, Will Tobin.
Yeah, Tobin, 17 appearances last year, 22 innings pitched. Really good strikeout to walk ratios. He struck out 24 and only walked 5. Does have an opposing batting average of .333, giving up third of the time, giving up a hit to the batters that he faces. But another really good reliever from last year, Will Tobin, coming into this ball game and trying to close out this 8th inning.
All right, his first pitch was a ball. That one's outside. It's a 2-0 count now. Another one of these Quaker pitchers with that sidearm delivery. This is going to be a big inning for ACU. You've got that runner on first. You have to capitalize now. It's going to get a lot harder from here. 2-0 pitch from Tobin. High for a strike. Penn at the top of the zone with that one.
Tobin, first southpaw we've seen in this game so far. Kind of a sweeping delivery. Throwing it way far from the arm side, coming in at a lower angle, similar to Osmer.
That one gets away from him. Ahern, the catcher, that is, and it's a 3-1 count now. Sun's starting to go down here in Abilene, Texas. Temperature still the same from when we started, sitting around 69, 70 degrees. The 3-1 pitch. Strike 2. And McGar held there. McGar 0 for 3 today. Grounded out in the second in that inning, and then 2 strikeouts since then. Not been his day. The 3-2 from Tobin. He swings through it and struck him out. Will Tobin enters the game and gets a big strikeout for the Quakers. There's 2 down in this inning, and ACU has found themselves in another tough spot.
Yeah, tough swing and a miss there by McGar. On the Tobin, what looks like a sinker. Kind of comes from that lower arm slot, so of course it's going to have some natural run. Not super hard, sits like low to mid 80s, but really nice sinking action to that fastball, and really good pitch if you're looking to miss a bat.
Reese Borho still on first base. 2 outs. Here's Zant Payne. First pitch to him. He gets away, and Borjo's going to stay as Quinn Ahern's right on it again. Really good job behind the dish for him today. Got a runner stealing. Kept really good control of some balls that could have gotten away, just like right then. 1-0 count now for Will Tobin to Zant Payne. Going to appeal back to first for Borjo. Payne today had a single all the way back in the third. He came around and scored for ACU. Walked, found his way to second in the fourth, didn't come around, and struck out back in the sixth. And it's a 1-0 count now to the right-handed batter for ACU. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls that one straight back. Solid contact on that one, just not where he wanted the bat.
Yeah, just missed that one. Tough pitch up in the zone, off the top of his bat, and straight back into the net. Hardest pitch we've seen on the day so far for Tobin at 88 miles an hour. Maybe working his arm out and getting loose and getting that velo up a little bit here in the 8th inning.
Nobody in the bullpen for ACU. The 1-1 pitch. Outside. Looks like Blaine Palmer will come back for the top of the 9th for ACU. As of right now, you got to think if this inning continues, they may have someone up there. Well, speak of the devil, someone is entering the ACU bullpen. A right-handed pitcher. Not throwing, though. 2-1 pitch, runner on first, 2 out. Gets under that one and cranks it to left field. Gavin Collins has a play on it, and he is there for the final out of the inning. Will Tobin comes in relief, gets 2 outs on the strikeout and the flyout. ACU trails Penn. The Quakers lead 3-2. We're headed to the 9th inning. Very close ball game. Stick with us to see the end of it. Blaine Palmer still on the mound for the Wildcats as Wyatt Hensler, the star third baseman for these Penn Quakers, steps up to bat and lead off the 9th inning. First pitch from Palmer is a big swinging strike. Will Tobin, really good job in the bottom of the 8th inning to get Penn out of that situation. That being said, we can close the door on Carson Osmar. What do you got for us, Jaden?
Yeah, this Penn bullpen's been a really big story here in the later part of this game. Osmer saw 14 batters in just 3 1/3 innings. He did allow 3 free passes on the walks, but big 5 strikeouts as well. Good job by Osmer not giving up any runs, and then Will Tobin coming in and getting the last 2 outs of the 8th inning.
Chopper hit back to the mound, fielded by Palmer, on to Williams at first. And a quick 1-3 put out gets the first out of the inning. And we're going to see Jared Pokrovsky stepping in now. or pardon me, I had my book back. Davis Baker was the at-bat there. He'll be credited with the 1-3 putout, or ground out, and now Wyatt Hensler, the star third baseman, steps in. A little accounting error on my behalf. And now Hensler sees first pitch from Taylor, and it's away for ball 1. Hensler found himself in a fielder's choice first time he faced Palmer today. Palmer, 2 strikeouts through 2 1/3 innings so far. And Hensler watches that one on the outside of the plate. It's 2-0 count.
Yeah, back-to-back cutters there from Palmer. It was a good recipe for success. Back in the 7th, he ended up getting Hensler to ground out into the fielder's choice, as you mentioned, but down on the count now 2-0. Gonna have to come back in and fire a strike.
Hensler tattoos one up in center field. It's a base hit. Reese Borjo fields it and throws it back in, but that's what Wyatt Hensler does. He gets him a big base hit here in the 9th inning, and Jarrett Perkovsky's gonna come in now and try to make something happen.
Yeah, we got the middle of the order up now for the Quakers. They would love to have a couple insurance runs because this lead is not safe by any means at all, with the Wildcats just knocking on the door of tying this game back up a couple of times throughout the last few innings. They're going to look to come back in with the top of the order in the 9th and make something happen on offense.
Perkovsky now, the right fielder, steps in. 1 for 3 today with a pair of strikeouts and a walk. Found his way to second base back in the 3rd inning. Had some good plays out in right field. The 1-0 pitch is popped up and foul. ACU does have 2 guys in the bullpen, 1 throwing, 1 stretching. But right now it looks like they're going to ride Palmer to the end here, but Rick McCarty preparing with the top of that order coming up for extra innings if need be. Well, big whiff at that one. He looked uncomfortable, and a strikeout, or a second strike there for Blaine Palmer. A 1-2 pitch from Palmer. Trying to get him on the corner and didn't get the call.
He went right back to the cutter there on the outside edge of the plate. Once again, had the swing and a miss for strike 2. Couldn't quite get him to chase there. Maybe look for him to throw that curveball, try to get a ground ball double play to get out of this inning.
Big 2-2 pitch from Palmer. It's popped up. Looks playable. McGarr makes the catch, and Hensler retreats back to first for the 2nd out of this inning. Perkovsky pops out.
First baseman, Nick Paventa.
Could be a big out there. Nick Spaventa, the first baseman, steps in now. 0 for 4, not been his day. Couple ground outs and a pop out. That one outside for ball 1. Got on base in the 3rd inning on an error by Cade McGarr at short. And the 1-0 pitch from Palmer. Oh, he grooved that one right there. Good looking strike from Cade McGarr.
Yeah, he's thrown the cutter away several times in this inning. Comes back in and throws it on the front door to the right-handed batter to get the called strike, even the count back to 1-1. Doesn't want to fall behind. Needs to get in a good pitcher's count so we can throw that curveball when needed.
1-1 pitch from Palmer on the ground. McGarr fields it. 6-3. And that's the putout. What an inning from Blaine Palmer. He sets him down with 4 batters. Headed to the bottom of the 9th. Let's see how this one's going to end on ESPN+. All right. Abilene, Texas, bottom of the 9th inning, what we live for. Garrett Williams steps in now to face a right-handed pitcher, a new one for the Quakers. Eli Trope, the right-handed pitcher from Seattle, Washington. Jaden, tell me, what do you know about him?
Yeah, Trope saw 19 innings last year and just 17 appearances.
Williams hits that one on the ground and almost a base hit. What a catch, the throw. Pulled him off the bag. Williams is safe. A good field from Connor Chavez, but the throw does not get him. Spinetta gets pulled off the bag, pardon me. And Williams is on first.
Yeah, really good hustle there by Williams. Ground ball to the right side, didn't give up on it, and really big for this leadoff batter to get on once again for ACU. Bottom of the ninth. Doesn't get bigger than this. Miller Ladisaw now one of the best hitters in this ACU lineup. Up to the plate in a really big spot in this game.
So Spaventa gets pulled off the bag, and now Miller Ladisaw steps in. Tying run on first. We're going to take a look at this replay here. Good snag, though, by Chavez. All right, Ladisaw working an 0-1 count now from Eli Trope. Watches one inside. That'll be a ball.
Trope, really good fastball. You see there, 93 miles an hour. I was going to start to mention it earlier before the ground ball from Williams, but 36 strikeouts in just 19 innings. So big strikeout pitcher, exactly what you want from a closer. Only one save last year. He's going to look to come in and get a save here in the first game of the season for the Quakers.
Solid contact there for Miller Ladisaw as the lights start to come on here in Abilene, Texas. A 3-2 ball game. Everything we could have asked for from this one, Jaden. Two great pitchers going out doing their thing. Good relief, good hitting, good defense all around. It's come down to this. A 1-2 pitch to Miller Ladisaw. Pop foul, another good piece of contact right there. Wants to end this one with one swing.
Yeah, Ladisaw's been really fighting off some tough pitches here throughout his day. Kind of behind some of the fastballs, looking to get on time and drive one out towards the middle of the field.
1-2 pitch. Ladisaw watches a ball high in the zone. Oh my gosh. What a take from Miller Ladisaw.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those from today. 2 strike counts, and he just watches it go by, just, you know, dancing around the zone there, and really good eye from Ladisaw. He's still in this count, 2-2.
The 2-2 to Ladisaw, swings through it. Eli Trope, big strikeout of Miller Ladisaw on the 2-2 pitch high in the zone. And there's one out on the board.
Yeah, Trope, big strikeout pitcher. 36 of them last year, and he throws that two-seam fastball just off the outside edge of the plate. Miller thought he could get to it. Swung and missed right through it. He's going to be walking back to the dugout with the first out and the 9th inning.
All right, DJ Van Otten steps in now. Watches one high in the zone for a ball. DJ Van Otten, we talked a lot about him. Hasn't exactly been his day either. A lot of guys have had that situation. 0 for 4 today. 0 for 3, pardon me. Be time called here, and looks like there's going to be a pinch runner. It's going to be Holden Rook stepping in, the sophomore from the Woodlands, Texas. A couple appearances last year for him. They want his speed on first base.
Yeah, Rook, really good player. Hit 281 last year in his 96 at-bats, but one thing they want to use him for this season, especially here in this game, is his base running ability. Super speedster guy. Outfielder, stole 9 bases last year on 9 attempts, so very successful in swiping bags.
Van Otten's 1-0 is fouled off to the right side. Now it's a 1-1 count. Big time play. They've still got a runner on deck, or a batter on deck. In a big at-bat, Gino D'Alessio on deck. The 1-1 to Van Otten. He whiffs through that one. He didn't like his swing. And now a 1-2 count for Eli Trope.
See Trope here just blowing this fastball by. It's really solid Wildcat hitters. Got a little run to it, but really targeting the top of the zone.
1-2 pitch from Trope. Gets under it, drives it to left field, going back at the track, at the wall. Goodbye, home run, DJ Van Otten. Oh, baby, walk it off. He hit it out to Judge Ely. We're never going to see it again. And DJ Van Otten's going to send everybody home happy. A 2-run home run ends it. The ACU DH wanted it, and he got it.
Oh, Van Otten hit a home run last Friday in Game 1 in the Northern Illinois series and comes up big here with a runner on first base and drives it out deep to left center field, and it clears the wall for the walk-off home run in a great Game 1 of a 4-game series against the Penn Quakers. What a great day at the ballpark on this beautiful Friday afternoon and evening here in Abilene, Texas.
You see the boys showing DJ Van Otten some love. Head coach is out front. Jaden, this was everything you could have hoped for on a Friday afternoon, now evening in Abilene, Texas. The big man hits a home run, his second of the year, and ACU wins this one 4-3. A big win for this ACU team. A lot of new guys trying to find their groove. Early in the season, they get the Game 1 win. Jaden, it's been a great one. For Coy Oslin, Jaden West, Hutton Harris, Jalen Garrett, the whole ACU TV crew, thanks for watching this presentation of WAC Baseball on ESPN+. We're happy to have you. See you down the road.